Next up, Sherbrooke's sending in the 7th Brigade to attack the line. And he's got Picton's fall back and joined up with him. Give him a reroll. That would give him one move. No, it wouldn't give him any. We'll do a reroll. Here we go. Alright, welcome to Portugal. The 12 May 1809. It's the next exciting battle in our peninsular campaign. Woohoo! The Battle of the Douro. It's more at the crossing of the Douro. I mean, as far as I can tell, it wasn't really the biggest battle, but I'm just going to take advantage of the fact and have a little bit of fun with it. Soult's kind of set up to use the bridge as use the river as a natural defense, and set up in Oporto, and then blew up one of the bridges, and basically failed to realize that the Portuguese hated them, and the Portuguese civilians helped transport, secretly brought barges across the River Douro and helped British troops cross over, a couple battalions, to occupy the seminary over here. And then the rest of the British crossed farther south down the river at another bridge, which is a lot farther south, but I just can't represent that on my 16-foot table. And the British were able to basically attack from two different sides of the river at the French at Oporto, and Soult just said, I'm out of here, and he ran away. We're going to switch it up a little bit because that'll be kind of a boring battle, just have them get close and then run away. French are occupying, that is Oporto over there. French are dug in behind some walls, some fortifications that will provide a +1 to defense and then a +2 morale save. Also, they'll block grazing fire, so that'll stop British artillery from mowing them down too fast. And the river cannot be crossed unless it's on a bridge, so that'll slow the British down. If the French can get to a bridge and spend, get there and then hold the bridge with a non-demoralized or non-disordered unit, for an entire turn, they can detonate a bridge basically and blow it up. So that'll be an objective for the French. Really, the French would want to blow up both bridges and then to extract all Allied forces from the, if that is north. So basically they'll want to kick them onto this side of the river, drive them off, and then they'll be fine. So that'll be the French objective, and the British objective is just to get across the bridge and drive off the French, Pretty simple. Gonna mix it up a little bit. Gonna have basically 4 separate armies. We've got each at a little bit of division strength. Wellington will control this brigade and that brigade. We've got Picton controlling British forces on that side of the river, and a cavalry. And a lot of this will come later in the order of battle when I go all the units. And then right now this is mostly Soult's troops all on the map, and then piecemeal a second French commander, who will remain a surprise for a little while. We'll bring in forces on turns 3. So he's got 3 infantry brigades to come in as reinforcements. He'll get 1 brigade on turn 3, 1 brigade on turn 4, and then 1 brigade on turn 5. And hopefully the battle won't be over like last time. It got done pretty darn quick last time. So I was deciding about doing turn 2, but I think we're going to leave it the way it is. And that is the gist of the battle. I'm sure I forgot something, but we're basically going to alternate. Like Wellington would go first, then Soult, then Picton, then basically the British would go again because the French haven't brought their other division in on the first turn. So that'll speed things along for the British for the first 2 turns, and then we'll start alternating completely with the last divisional commander comes on board. And I don't know what's going to be like having to coordinate between two different divisions. Could be kind of interesting. Try to keep it fresh. Okay, so here we are. So the crossing of the Douro, or the Second Battle of Oporto. And we'll come back with forces, and I think that's it. All right, for British and Allied First Divisions, commanded by Sir Arthur Wellesley. I guess on April 20, on 22nd of April 1809, he was vindicated by the official inquiry into the Convention of Sintra following the Battle of Viermo, and then 2 days later he arrived back in Portugal. So he took over command with the vacuum left by Sir John Moore being killed at the Battle of Corunna. So now it's all Wellesley's show. So Wellesley's got several brigades in his command. 1st Brigade, commanded by Lieutenant General Alan Cameron. It's got the 2nd and the 5th Battalions of the King's German Legion, freshly painted. Both have sapper companies included. Backed up by 2 Hanoverian Field Battalions, one from Brenham and one from Kallenberg. Next up is 2nd Brigade, which has got the 92nd and the 42nd. Love the Highland battalions. And they are backed up by Hanoverian Field Battalion from Ossenbrook, that's the Duke of York's, and the Hanoverian Field Battalion from Verdun. Oops, and my camera work is as awesome as always. Yeah! So there they are, that's 2nd Brigade. The 3rd Brigade, I get an angle on them, is the Guard Brigade. Oh, a 2nd Brigade is commanded by Brigadier General Henry Fane. He's still here, baby. Campbell commands the Guards, Henry Campbell, Brigadier General. And he's got the 2 battalions of the 1st Guard, battalion of the 2nd Guard, the Coldstream Guards, and then the Scots Guards. So typical hard-hitting, kick-butt guys. And then what rounds out Wellington's division are 6 pieces of British artillery. Well, it's actually more than 6. I think each gun stands for, 3 guns or something like that. So, you know, I think this is the first battle I've had where the British outgunned the French. So, yay. So maybe 18 or 20 guns for the British. So that's Wellington's forces. Picton's back here. I don't think he was here yet. He'd probably still be in India for all I know, but his model is here, so he is here. Yay! And he himself has 3 brigades of infantry, I believe. Let's go through it. Maybe 3 brigades of infantry, and then some cavalry. 5th Brigade is the 95th. The 3rd, they're freshly painted. There's, of course, the 95th. Just finished the buffs, so I'm excited about that. And then the last, going to my 2nd page here, is the 59th. And they are commanded by Brigadier General Bernard Bowes, who we've seen before. Welcome back. 6th Brigade is Rowland Hill. My dogs are excited about him. We love Rowland Hill. He's an amazing commander, some great things. He's got the 23rd, the 69th, and the 32nd. Good job, my friends. And then marching up the hill is Sir Lieutenant General John Sherbrooke's 8th Brigade. And he's got the 4th, the 40th, the 28th, and the 35th. And they're marching for days behind the trees. I'll get you that. filtering in over the southern bridge that Soult forgot to guard. And then 8th Brigade will be Cavalry Brigade, which will be the 1st Royal Dragoons and the 7th Queen's Own Hussars. So it should be good. That's the British and our allies. And yeah, they're ready to attack, take Soult's position. So they've got a strong position at the convent of Serra on one side, or Serra, I think it's Serra, on one side of the bridge, one side of the River Douro, and then they have up at the seminary that they snuck across. They have another strong position. And I think this was actually the one thing you might actually see tactically or not historically correct in mine. The buffs were the first unit across, and the 95th went with them, so yay. I believe I actually did something correct. The rest of the units, not some of them might have been. I think the 4th was, who knows. I'm not that big of a historian. I love history, but I haven't painted my units to match any particular battle. I'm just enjoying this lovely hobby. Alright guys, and British units all have their first fires, the red little pins there. I'm gonna get steady line correct this battle. I screwed it up last game. I can't remember who pointed it out to me, but I appreciate it. And we'll come back with the French. Love them. They're ready to welcome the British with open arms. Alright, be back in a minute. Defending Oporto. We've got the 3rd Battalion 27th, 1st Battalion 70th, 3rd Battalion 42nd, and the 2nd Battalion 4th. Here up on the front lines. That'll be 1st Brigade, commanded by General Marshal. The records of the French commanders were not the best. I kind of said, oh yeah, they gave a good breakdown of the British forces, but then they kind of said, oh yeah, there were French there too, besides Soult. I guess he was doing it all by his own. 2nd Brigade is backing them up a little bit, is inside of Porto's barrier. And you've got the 2 Vistula Legion battalions, 4th Battalion 8th, and my light battalion, 1st Battalion 96 Léger. They're nice little green plumes over there. And of course, I love the Vistula Legion. And they've got some artillery pieces in there, but we'll get back to them later. In more classic French style, they've got 3rd Brigade is in attack columns waiting behind the trees, with the 1st Battalion 47th, 4th Battalion 105th, 4th Battalion 9th, and 2nd Battalion 2nd. They're all French line infantry battalions. They're commanded by General Arnaud, and General Reynaud is actually the commander of the 2nd Brigade, which I failed to mention last time. 4th Brigade is under La Housse. He's got 3 cavalry squadrons, so chasseurs à cheval, carbineers, and cuirassiers. And then do we have 6 pieces of artillery for these guys? 1, 2. They have 6, so we've actually got the same. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5. So the British do have more. They have 5 pieces of artillery, sorry. I forgot to get rid of one. They've got 4 guns and 1 howitzer section. And then coming in at turn 3, we've got 6th Brigade under Delaborde. He's back for more with the 1st Battalion 9th, 2nd Battalion 2nd. Is there 2 2nd Battalion 2nds? I think it's 1st Battalion 2nd this time. Correct. And yeah, it's 1st Battalion 2nd. And then the 4th Battalion 9th. And then coming in on turn 4 will be the 8th Brigade, 3rd Battalion 8th, 1st Battalion 27th, 2nd Battalion 55th, and 3rd Battalion 36th. And then the final wave, that'll be the 3, 4. On the 5th turn, 7th Brigade will come in, and that'll be 1st Battalion 4th of the Middle Guard, 1st Battalion 1st Regiment, the Young Guard, and then you got a Swiss Guards Battalion too, 1st Battalion of the Swiss Guards. So that'll be kind of neat. I don't think I've brought in filtering in forces too many times, and having the 4 different commanders kind of alternating from side to side might put a different spin on things. All right. And you gotta love these Frenchies. Very impressive from the, they'll get them. All right. And we'll be back with turn 1. Oh, I'm looking for, I haven't played in a while. I'm ready. All right. Wellington joins 1st Brigade under Lieutenant General Alan Cameron. Woo! Orders them to form into column of companies and advance as far as possible across the bridge, with the Hanoverians in the lead. Cannon fodder. Anybody say cannon fodder? And assault. Play the music, baby. All right, Cameron's a 7. And yeah, so change into column of companies and advance as far as possible. Wellington's with them, so they do get a reroll. That would be 1 move. I'm gonna go for a reroll here. Wellington's gonna try to work his magic. Cameron, can he do it? Oh, you suck. Well, he's gonna at least change formation. Yeah, it's General Cameron's first time on our battlefield, so struggling a little bit. Got his boys into formation at least. Could have done worse. Next up will be the Highland Brigade. See what they can do. All right, Brigadier General Fane. He's going to try to pass these guys up. Form into a column of companies and try to cross the bridge. He's an 8. He fails miserably. Oh, if you can't see that, that's a bit of a glare on that. I'll have to get a different angle. All right, that's a 10, right? Yeah, 10. So, the last part of Wellington's command, Campbell, I believe his name is, correct? Brigadier General Henry Campbell ordered the Guard Brigade to move up towards the convent at Serra. He's an 8. They're reliable to 9. They're in column of companies. They're a 10. All right, advance the Guard Brigade. 6. They're going to go for days. Well, the Guards have moved up behind the 2nd Brigade. At least something's happening. They're massing. All right, so with these new rules I'm trying, that will be the end of Wellington's command. And we will move over to Soult, who is being played today by the ever so short Marshal. Nay. Let's see what he does. Or doesn't do anything. Prior to the French turn, all 6 of the British artillery sections open up on French positions. They're actually all going to concentrate fire on this French battalion right here. Long range shots. So they're going to be, I think they're going to be 6s to hit here. Minimum. We'll roll some dice. 6 French shots. I mean, 6. I keep saying French. Give me a break. 6 British artillery pieces blasting away. They're gonna score a hit. There we go, baby. 1 disordered. It's artillery hitting infantry in cover, in line. So they usually have 4 to save. They get +2 to save because of the fortifications. So that takes it down to a 3 to a 2. So anything but a 1. Anything but saves. Alright, they save, but they are disordered. Marshal Soult is going to order nothing. He's going to hold his units in place. And he's going to fire artillery at the King's German Legion. And we'll be right back with that. 4 French artillery sections firing away at the 2nd Battalion of the King's German Legion. Oh. Picton is going to get 6th Brigade, I believe it is. Yep, 6th Brigade into Rowland Hill. What a man to lead the charge. They're going to charge along the river bank and move forward as they can and see what they can do to the Frenchies. Hill is an 8. He's got Picton with him for the reroll, and his boys, which are the 23rd, the 69th, and the 32nd. They're in column of companies. They're going to get a +1 on top of that. So they're going to be bouncing in 9s. 7. 2 moves. Should I go for a reroll? Calculated risk. I'm going to stick with that. We're going to stick with that. We're going to go forward 24 inches. Lieutenant General John Sherbrooke, excuse me, is going to have 8th Brigade form into column of companies, lead the road, and form up behind Hill. I don't know if he's going to try to do that at least. Let's see what kind of catastrophe he is. Could get an initiative move because he's in march column. I think even if he fails, he gets an initiative move, like automatic. So if I remember the rules correctly, so at least he'll get 1 move. But we'll go for more. He's a 7. We'll see how this disaster goes. Let's go, baby. A 6. All right, 1 move. That'll work. General Payne is going to try to bring the cavalry across the bridge and stay in deep formation, move up with the troops. He's an 8. They're in deep formation, making it a 9. See what they can do. Ooh, shit. Okay, they're going to move 3 moves. This is going to be fun. You're actually going to see a big impact here. British cavalry's crossed the bridge. Great move for them. Yeah, the British brigade are all forming up into column of companies for better movement. And I think Picton's going to keep this brigade in place. Just in case this turns into a French attack, at least he'll have a unit back here. So just hold up and let the rest of it advance. Alright, so that'll be the end of turn 1. Not a bad turn, pretty quick. A little bit of artillery fire, a couple disorders, a couple of casualties. Wellington's troops didn't get the greatest move. And we'll go into turn 2. Starting with Wellington right back at it. With some of the disorderedness going on in the 1st Brigade, Wellington has reattached himself to General Fane with 2nd Brigade, and he will assist these guys to move into column of companies, hopefully, and advance on the bridge. So feigns an 8. That's it. That's an 8. That's not going to get it done. He's going to go for the reroll. Alright, here's the reroll. Sorry, my daughter called. One of my daughters. And... ooh, well worth it. Well worth it. 3 moves. Alright, let's get that done. Oh yeah. The Scotsman. Scottish leading the way. The Highland battalions. Closing in on the bridge. Looks like an artillery officer's fantasy come true. Blast away at these guys coming towards the bridge. They're going to get hammered. Let's see what happens. General Cameron's just going to have his units right step to just close in with his own troops and make room for the guard brigade to move through on their left. This will be separate battalion orders. King's German Legion first, needing a 7. And he won't do shit because they just failed miserably. Alright, that's the end of that one. Next up will be General Campbell. Ordered a guard brigade with their 10s moving forward. 2 moves. They can do that all day long. Wellington's got his troops closing on the bridge. Artillery banging away. French artillery is about to do some business. Alright, well I guess first before that happens, British artillery will fire, since I know the British infantry is not in range. Probably do a rinse and repeat. Actually, I'm going to try to do some counter battery stuff so I can take out an artillery piece or 2. 6 guns firing on just one target, maybe I can blow it up. Alright, 6 guns, needing 6s. Firing off, concentrating fire on one French artillery piece. Good luck, mother truckers. I got 2 hits. That'll work. They still need to roll a 1, basically. And they just get disordered, that's all that happens. Soult's going to keep it simple. No movement on turn 2. And he's just going to fire his artillery into the approaching, probably split. 2 in the Highland battalion and 2 in the Hanoverian battalion. A little bit of a split on this one. 3 of the guns are going to be 4, 5s, and 6s. They are firing over half range, but 3 of the guns aren't firing overhead. And they're firing at a column of companies and attack columns, so that's a -1, too. So I'll negate that. So get them back down to 4, 5, or 6. So we'll do 2 at the 92nd of 1 hit. Keep track of that. Here's the other one at the. This is a 4, 5, or 6 firing at the 1st Duke of York's. They take a hit, and then one last dice needing 5 or 6 firing at the Duke of York's. Miss. They both take 1 hit. At least no one's disordered. 5 or 6 to save for. We'll do it with both of them are 5 or 6 to save. We'll do the blue dice. Will be the 92nd for their blue kilts. Neither make their save. They both take a casualty, but they're not disordered, so that'll work. Alright, my boy Picton, he's going to stay with the 6th Brigade. He's got the 23rd, the 69th, and the 32nd. He's going to advance them forward. Try to form up as far as they can in a column abreast here to advance on the French position. Let's see what he can do. Hill's an 8. gets a reroll. They're in a column of companies for +1, so they're at 9s. Alright, come on baby, come on Rowland. Oh, I love this guy. He is the shit. Next up, General Payne's going to attempt to order the cavalry to move up behind 8th Brigade. See if we can get that done. Payne's 8. They're in deep formation, making another 9. 7, that's 2, right? Oh yeah, here we go. Sorry, it's 7th Brigade there. Alright, so the cavalry's moved up nicely behind them, tucked in. And last up will be the 8th Brigade. Going to hold these guys in reserve. They will move forward and form up if possible. Old General Sherbrooke is a 7 command rating. These guys are in column of companies, making them 8s. Let's see if we can do it. Oh shit, they're going for days. Alright. Picton doing a good job getting his division moving nicely. They're on the attack. There's Wellesley. All right. This division has nobody in range to shoot, so that'll be the end of turn 2. We're on to turn 3. Turn 3 begins. Begins. Wellington's hooked up with 2nd Brigade with Fane, and they're going to order the crossing of the bridge, crossing of the Douro. 2 moves forward, and then start forming into line. Can they do it? Dum dum dum. All right, Fane's an 8. They're in a column of companies. They're 9s with a reroll. That is cracked bigger than. How'd that even happen? Okay. It was like standing up. There's nothing there. Loaded dice. 9. That's not going to do it. All right, one more time. Reroll. Same thing. 1 move forward. That's terrible. This quite possibly could be a total disaster. They're Hanoverians probably got a little nervous crossing the bridge. Don't blame them. They are on the bridge, and then they're all just piled up. Might be enough room. If these guys can nail a three move order, they might be able to get across. I'm going to do some measuring. But that was going to have to be a freaking miracle for them to get through all that. Oh. And these guys are just salivating. They're like, load the big balls. Here we go, baby. So there's enough room if they get less than 3 moves. 2 moves will put them right in the middle of the Hanoverians on the bridge. I can't interpose them like that. They're going to go for 3 moves, staying in a column of companies. This is the 1st Brigade with the King's German Legion, the 2 Hanoverians battalions. If they don't get 3 moves, they're just going to move forward a little bit and then stop, because then they won't be able to occupy the same space. So let's go for a luck roll here. Or it could be unlucky, because they're going to be stuck in column of companies right in front of a bunch of artillery pieces. Here we go, 1 roll to 7. They're 8s with the column of companies. 6, I just give them 2, so they're just going to move forward slightly. It won't be anything big. 1st Brigade and 2nd Brigade are kind of jammed up together. I'm just going to hold with the Guard Brigade. There's no point increasing the disaster. Just hope they can survive a turn. Alright. Wellington will commence fire with his artillery pieces. Probably just some counter battery stuff. It's going to concentrate fire, all 6 guns on that one disordered battery from before. We're going to take out a gun. Need 6s. 1 hit. You just got to save on them. So it's 4, 5, 6, -2 down to 1. So just don't roll a 1 or a 2, basically. Good. Saves it. Alright, Soult's had enough of this sit on your ass bullshit. He's going to move forward, go into the attack. Start over here with these battalions over here. I think this might be 1st Brigade. Going to get them into column de attack, and then move forward to meet the Brits on the field of battle. And Soult, played by Ney, will join this battalion to maximize success. 1st Brigade is the 27th, the 70th, the 40th, 2nd, and the 4th Regiments of Line, commanded by General Marshal. He's a staff rating 8. Yeah, that's it right now. We're going to go into a column of attack and then move forward 2 moves. Vámonos. And we're going to use that reroll right away. And that was a total failure. So that brigade's not going anywhere. Renaud, seeing Marshal floundering, he's going to try to order his the 2nd Brigade to do the same orders. He's only a 7 though. See what he can do. He doesn't have units that are reliable though. Okay, let's see what we can do. Could get 1 move, so he'd move them all into attack column. General Tomieres is going to try to have the howitzer join the other artillery pieces so they can lay down an exploding shell in the middle of the bridge. Try to really put a number on the old Hanoverians. He's where's he at? Is he Tomieres? He's 7. This doesn't work. We'll see what happens. That's not going anywhere. So Tomieres failed big time. And then General Renaud is going to have his troops move forward towards the edge of the woods and stay in attack column. And Arnaud is an 8, so they're 9 with a 10 with potted charge and attack column. Alright, so they're going to go as far as I want to go. 3rd Brigade is advanced a little bit, just getting around to pounce around the corner. And then 2nd Brigade now is transitioned into attack column. 1st Brigade they got it all confused. General Marshal wasn't able to get his crap together there. Alright. Artillery firing from the French. This could be a little ugly. 3 guns at medium range at an attack column, or a column of company, excuse me. So that's going to be, oh god, not too bad. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. 6 shots. I will be bounced through. Pretty savage bounce through on this one. Yeah. We're definitely going to be disordered. And that's basically a whole lot of hits. Alright, so move these over here. The other cannon has got overhead firing, so it's going to be 4, 5s, and 6s. And they just screwed the pooch. That gun hasn't got it sighted in. Alright, give me a second here. So we're going to save on 6s on 5 dice. This could be brutal. Come on, 6s! Hanoverians, baby. Hope they drank their beer and ate their pretzels before they went across that bridge. Better than I thought. That's okay. Okay, good. Good saves. Way to go. Just 3 casualties. We can definitely deal with that. Well, I was so excited that I remembered that particular battalion already had 1 casualty. So they're going to be shook, disordered. It took an extra casualty for being sort of shaken and hit by artillery. So it's going to be a -3 morale test. Oh, come on, baby. Roll high. Roll high, baby. 8. At least they won't break. They're going to run away a bit, but that's better than it could have been. So they end up falling back 2 full moves and stayed disordered, so they're behind the formation. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. We got to do the bounce through fire, which is going to suck. They're still in medium range on the next Hanoverian unit, and this should be it for the bounce through. Just this 1 unit. So these 6 shots, I'll need 5s and 6s. Oh Lord, 4 hits. They're disordered. Okay, and the other 2 guns need 6s. 1 more. They took just as many hits as the last unit. These guys have to save on so it's -1. Hang on a second, we figured do some math. So it's going to be -2, so it's going to be 6s basically save. It's like the other guys. Sorry about that. Alright, need lots of 6s like the last battalion. Not a damn one. Oh god, they're going to be broken. So they're going to have 2 extra casualties. They're going to be disordered and hit by artillery. They're going to have a -4 morale save. Okay, baby, roll high again. Come on, Hanoverians. Oh, they're going to shatter. Oh, that blows. So if you didn't know, crossing a bridge guarded by artillery, I'm glad I never have to do it in my military career. It does not sound fun. We got the Field Battalion from Ossenbrook got driven back. They kind of crapped their pants, and they got 3 casualties. They're shook and disordered. And then behind them, after they what was left of their boys, those cannonballs went flying through and drilled the Field Battalion from Verdun, and they just couldn't take it. They just evaporated, and they took off running back to Hanover. So big hole in that battalion. Second Brigade, Second Brigade has lost 25% of their force. It's the end of Soult for this turn. Going on to Picton. He's got to back up his boy. Wellington can't do it all, so he's going to advance like a wild man with everything he's got. Put some pressure on the French on the right. Try to draw some fire off the bridge crossing. Picton's attacks the 2nd Brigade. They're going to move forward 2 moves and form into line. Get a firing line going. 6th Brigade Underhill looking to move forward too. Going to a line. 8s up to 9s with a reroll if they need it. Oh, they don't. Oh, Hill. God bless them. That's some precision battlefield maneuvers that Frederick the Great might be jealous of. Beautiful battalion move. With they are now in a brigade line, and might be a little bit out of range, but they are closing in. Definitely giving the French something else to think about. Let's see if the rest of Picton's brigade can do the same. That's nice. Cruncha, muncha, muncha, buncha. Sorry, this floor is gross. All right. I love it. Seventh Brigade will stay in formation and move up to support 6th Brigade. kind of sitting out there with their butts hanging out. So let's see what we can do here. All right, Sherbrooke's a 7. You got to an 8 with a column of companies. Giddy up, my friend. Giddy up. Here we go. Don't want to go 3 moves forward. Oh, Picton's got his. He must have his alcohol level. His blood alcohol level is perfect. He is commanding his division like there's no other. And they've moved up very nicely, very French-like in their advance behind to catch up with that brigade. Not quite in support range, but they are doing not so bad. Next up will be the cavalry. See if the good rolls can continue. General Payne's going to get the cavalry to move 2 moves forward and then switch into line, preparing to attack the French next turn. Here we go. So right now they're in deep formation. They're 8s, so they're going to 9s. They're going to move 1 move forward. British cavalry's moving up behind, closing in on the French. That'll be the end of, well, it won't be the end of turn 3 because the first of the French reinforcement brigades comes in on turn 3. So they will move on to the board. Oh, here they come. French reinforcements. And unlike Grouchy, Napoleon has marched to the sound of the guns. He's arrived to support Soult. Spicing up the Battle of Oporto, or at least the second Battle of Oporto. He's arrived in town with 3 infantry brigades. Nice. They are. Napoleon didn't want to wait to Waterloo. Here we go. Alright, Wellington starting off turn 4. It's going to send the King's German Legion of and the Hanoverian battalions of the 1st Brigade across the bridge. The Bridge of Death. Let's see if they can do it. Wellington's attaching himself to that brigade. Alright, General Cameron, he's in a 7. Guys are in column of companies. We're going to go forward. Form lines. Get the crap kicked out of them. Here we go, baby. Oh. Rolling for the re-roll. First roll's a 9. Re-roll. Wellington using his magic powers. 6. That's 3 moves. Sweet, we'll take it. Oh crap, 1st Brigade is across. Formed up in lines. British got themselves a nice little firing line all across the entire battlefield now. Kind of bolstered up against those trees there to protect their flank, even though the skirmishers can still get in there. Alright, here we go. Campbell's going to order the 3rd Brigade, the Guard Brigade, to cross the bridge. Stay in column of companies. See what they can do. There he's an 8. And they're reliable. This is 10s. Shouldn't screw this up. Oh! Insane courage! Ah! Get him, baby! Guard Brigade clogging the bridge. They got 2 battalions across to the north bank. Woo! Final move, besides artillery firing, 2nd Brigade commander is going to attempt to rally off a casualty here. Fane's an 8. Nope. Oh, well, they are in common companies. Yes, takes off one casualty, knocks them down to 2. They lose their shook. They stay disordered. That'll work. I don't know if I left the camera paused or not. And I'm still recording. Alright, I went off and took off the shook casualty. That'll work. All 6 British artillery pieces firing at 1 cannon. Yeah, need 60 hits. And anything but 1s and 2s basically saves. Oh, hey! Got a casualty. It's amazing. Woohoo! Disordered and a casualty. The Marshal, formerly known as Ney, has joined Le Hussey, and they're going to launch a cavalry charge against the King's German Legion. Holy crap. Let's see what happens here. Le Hussey's an 8 with a deep formation. They're 9. They're gonna change the line before they slam into them. Here we go, baby. I'll go for the reroll. That'll work. They'll be able to reach the Hanoverian Battalion and the King's German Legion. So they have to make morale tests or pass order tests to form line. See what happens. Alright. My daughter's yelling from upstairs. She's singing, I think. That was a good battle yell. Alright, so they're 7s. Here we go, baby. Alright, so the King's German Legion succeeds. Hanoverians, they succeed. Cool, 2 squares. That'll blunt the attack at 6 inches away from them. 2 squares. Cavalry's put these 2 battalions into square, pulled back to their 6-inch range. Arnaud's brigade is going to attack the King's German Legion using an initiative move. They'll move forward with 1 battalion and then support with 3. So that should be nice and brutal. We'll get them in position here. The charge has been completed. Also, the skirmishers used an initiative move, the voltigeurs, I don't know what the hell it is. They moved up and they're going to enfilade this guard battalion. Enfilade. Oh, it's going to be a rough round. There'll be some serious cotton coming out here in a minute. The rest of Soult's battalions are going to hold. They do Operation Rolling Thunder and try to destroy them from left to right. Oh! Alright, first up, 4 shots from the combined voltigeur battalion. This is going to be, oh shit, so it's in 6 inches. So it's going to be 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. They're going to get to re-roll their misses because of enfilading shot, and they get to re-roll an extra one because they have sharpshooter. So it's going to be lots of re-rolls, unless they hit them all on the same roll. This missed 1, so they get 1 re-roll for the sharpshooter. They miss, and they get 1 for enfilade. And that one's a 6, so they're at least going to disorder them. Now, saving throws, this is a guard battalion, so they're going to eat this shit for breakfast. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Let me check one thing. Yeah, actually, they're in a column of company, so it's actually anything but they will be disordered. So they save that. They laugh at that like it's a joke. Love guard units. The 4 French artillery pieces plus the French howitzer are going to unload into the other King's German Legion. So it's a rough day to be in the King's German Legion, between them getting stomped over there and then stomped over here. They still could pull it out, but the odds are definitely against them. We'll see what happens. It's going to be one of the artillery pieces disordered, so we're going to do the first 3 guns first. They're going to be 5s and 6s for firing overhead at medium range. Oh, they whiffed. They got 1. The other gun is going to be at 6s because they are disordered, and they whiffed. And the howitzer is actually going to be better than everybody. It's going to be 4, 5s, and 6s. And he whiffed. Well, he hit once. So 2 hits, which they can take like a boss. But they're saving it not so bueno here. They're saving on 6s basically. They're going to take 1 casualty. And I'm going to do the bounce through, but I got to do some math. So thankfully for the King's German Legion, or the Hanoverians behind them, howitzers don't bounce. So they're going to get 8 shots, all needing 6s to hit them. And the battalion behind them will also get bounced through too. They're in range. So 6s. Oh, they got hit worse than the other guys. They must have range. They're nearsighted or something. They took, first battalion took 3 hits. That's the Hanoverian battalion. They're going to need 6s to save. They take 2. We'll be right back for the last one. That Hanoverian Field Battalion already had a casualty already, so they're up to 3 now. And then 8 going through into the Royal Welsh Fusiliers. They'll take 1 hit. And they will try to save it, and they won't. So they'll be disordered too. So 2 disorders. The Hanoverians and the King's German Legion will get closing fire on the attacking French. At least the King's German Legion will get their first fire, so they'll get 2 shots. The Hanoverians will get 1. And they'll be 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. And the French will save like typical Frenchmen on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Save them both. No casualties. I think that's it for shooting. We'll do the hand-to-hand with the French Line Battalion against the King's German Legion. French are charging, 6 attacks, needing 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Hit 4 times. This might be rough. King's German Legion only attacks back with 2. And they only get 1 hit. The French will try to save that on a 3, 4, 5, and 6. They'll save it. The King's German Legion have to save on 4, 5, and 6s. We're going to take 2 casualties. And we'll figure out the math. So it's a regular morale chest, but since Wellington's attached to this brigade, they actually get a +2 to this. They can hold their ground. So they get a 9. They're going to sit right there and take it like a boss. That's great. Alright, so the French attack is blunted. So it looks the same. Couple casualties extra. They got 2. It's got 3. And they got 1 back here. They're disordered. Both of those battalions are disordered. This square held, but it has 3 casualties now. French are untouched. I'll have to mark the French. They won the hand-to-hand. So if the hand-to-hand, when it continues, they'll have a bonus. And these guys blasted away at the Guard Battalion, which just basically laughed at them. Suckers. Outstanding. Next up will be Picton. What can he do? Picton is going to join 6th Brigade. Oh, I think he already is. He's with them. And they're going to advance as far as they can and engage as close in volley fire with the French in line. Nice. It's a little premature, but the cotton balls have been dropped. Ba-boom! Try to wear these guys out. They are in hard cover, so it's going to be, they're going to get some saves. They'll blast them. General Payne is going to try to order his cavalry to charge the artillery. It's going to be a freaking disaster. I don't know if they're going to reach it. We're going to give it a whirl. Maximum effort. Oh shit. Now that's a shit show. British cavalry. They're attacking 2 artillery pieces. They are going to take closing fire. Let's see if they survive that disaster. It's looking like a Napoleonic battle now. Jesus. This final battalion, final brigade will be ordered up in support. Sherbrooke's 7th Brigade. He's a 7. They ain't going anywhere. Sherbrooke's got that shit in reverse. Alright, first up, the 69th is going to fire from, it's going to fire on the 70th. They get first fire, 4 dice. They're within 6 inches. I knocked down a 3, 4, 5, 6, but they're in cover, so we're back to 4, 5s, and 6s. 4 dice. That is a piece of shit shooting right there. Very un-English-like. And they save with a +1 morale. So it's normal like they're in potted charge. So 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. And they laugh at it. Yay! I'm going to keep this train wreck going. The other 2 British battalions are both going to use their first fire, and they're going to combine fire on the French battalion next to the 70th. And same thing. 4, 5s, and 6s. God, too bad it wasn't 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. They're going to disorder them at least. 5 hits. Saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Gee whiz, that was bad. I wish I could have rolled like that when I shot. French save it off like it's a joke. Take 1 casualty and they're going to be disordered. Closing fire, canister shot from 4 cannons into the Royal Dragoons. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. This could be just not so bueno. Oh shit. They took a bunch. Alright, so now I think they save on at close range. I think they save on 6s for all this. I know how many dice this is. This is horrible. Could have been worse. Alright, if they can survive this, that'll be amazing. Amazing, I tell you. They took 5 casualties. -4 morale test. Oh crap. See what happens there. So I forgot to subtract one of the -1 to one of the French artillery pieces because it had a disordered on it already. So we just made it a -3 morale check. So they stay. They are shook, they are disordered, they have 3 casualties, and the charge lands home against 2 artillery pieces, and we'll roll that right now. So the Royal Host Dragoons will get 7 attacks with their ferocious charge. They'll re-roll. All their misses. And they're hitting on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Alright, so they hit 6 of the 7. Artillery gets 2 rolls. They're hitting on 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, nice. These guys saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. They take 1 extra casualty. And let's see if the artillery can save 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh shit. So they take one casualty each. But they also get the heavy cavalry bonus. They're fully supported. Their bolts are fully supported. So they're going to lose by 1. So the other one already had 1 casualty. So that'll be there's a -2 morale check, but I think they automatically always lose because artillery always runs. So they're both going to obliterate. Dizzying math. Just looks like a complete and utter nightmare. And it is. So those 2 artillery pieces right there will get eliminated. And the British will have to charge home against 2 more artillery pieces. With the gallop at anything special rule. Which they would have followed on anyway with this one. Wipe out all the French artillery. Well, crap, Napoleon's at risk now. Here they come. More hand to hand. Alright, 7 attacks. There's no reaction to this because there's a breakthrough. Into the flank. But they are shook, so that'll even out. So 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. And we roll those. Still sucking a little bit for the British here. French will get 2 attacks back at -1 to hit once. See if the British can save that one. They do. And the French need to save on 4, 5s, and 6s. Ooh. Well, there's no way they're going to be able. That's a morale test. They're going to lose big time, and they're both going to get shut off the map as well. The artillery brigade breaks, and they are done. Over half their units got wiped out. So no more French artillery. And that'll be the end of Picton's turn 4, and it'll be Napoleon's turn 4 next. Plus he'll get an extra group of troops coming in. More reinforcements. Napoleon and Delaborde charged the cavalry. I'm not sure if that's... Oh, I can't remember if that's always legit, but they got nowhere else to go. So, saying they're in town, they're kind of jammed up. Out maybe in an open field, it would be a bit differently. So, we'll go ahead and let it happen. Napoleon's 8th Brigade under Lefebvre, 4 battalions strong, arrived on the battlefield, coming on the north side, well, northwest side. And then this battalion used initiative moves to move into contact with, which might not be the best idea. We'll see how it goes. Alright, the French attacking with 6 dice, needing 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Missing 2. Dragoons attacking back. They would normally need 3, 4, 5s, and 6s doing a counter charge, but they are shook and disordered, so it's 4, 5s, and 6s. Ferocious charge. Re-rolling. Oh, hit all 7. Like a boss. Alright, French trying to save 7 attacks. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. They're going to take 4 casualties. British saving 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, they fucking punted too. They took 3 casualties. Alright, do the math. Alright, so the Dragoons are D1 heavy cavalry, so that gives them, and then they have 1 support, so that's 2. French have 3 supports. That's going to be a draw. Okay. Nobody does anything, but they all get like maxed out casualties. That'll be the end of turn 4, going into turn 5. So, I mean, I've never done this alternating command thing. I've never seen anybody else do it. I don't know, it seems to be something different. It's not too terrible, it's balanced. I like it. Definitely a massive cluster up in here. I'm not sure what's going to come out of this disaster. We shall see. Next up will be Wellington. See what he can do with his command. His command is kind of not the best. Alright, we'll go for it. Alright, the Guard Brigade used initiative moves to column left march and hand-to-hand against the combined voltigeurs. I cannot. Screw it. My French is terrible. I can use initiative moves to leave square. Go into column of companies. Over here, we'll do that now. I think the only role they're going to have to do is Fane's going to try to rally another casualty off that Hanoverian battalion from Ossenbrook. Going to be considered a 9. Alright, cool. One more casualty off. They're down to 1. Alright, the combined voltigeurs against the first guard. 6 for the French. I need 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, shit, yeah. I hit with everything. Nice roll. And 7 hand-to-hand attacks for first guard, needing 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. And they freaking whiffed. 3 hits. 4, 5s, and 6s is a save for the Frenchies. Oh, took 2 casualties. This is where the first guard will pay off. They're like anything but. Right? Usually 4, 3. Yeah. Ooh, still 2 butts. Boom. 2-2, but the French are not supported for jacks. They're going to lose. Be a straight up morale test. 8. They stay. All right. Brave souls. They will take 2 casualties. And I forgot closing fire, so I'd be remiss if I didn't do that. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s, 4 dice with sharpshooter. Hit twice. They disordered them, so that would have made a difference. And 1 miss. Misses again. 2 saves. 3, 4, 5s, and 2, 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Extra casualties. They're going to be shook and disordered. That'll work. I forgot British Guard units have a stamina of 4, so they are not shook. They just have 4 casualties. Just disordered. King's German Legion against the 47th. KGL, 6 attacks. French line unit 1 last cycle of violence, so they're going to get a +1. But KGL is 4, 5s, and 6s. Four hits. Frenchies, 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, Yahtzee. Alright, KGL trying to save 6 on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Nice. Well, they took 2. I think they're already hurt, so that's going to be pretty rough. And French saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Like a boss. Everyone's fully supported, so the French are going to win by 2. Let's see what. Like I check morale things. 2 casualties more for the French German. Oh my God, French German Legion, King's German Legion. So the KGL is going to be shook. They're going to have 1 extra casualty for a -1 morale test, but Wellington is attached to the brigade, so it's actually going to be a +1 morale check. Let's see what happens here. That is going to be a bye-bye, sayonara, see you later, ciao, vaya con Dios. Woo! Toast, French breaking through. I'll have to think about pushing the advantage because it's just a cluster over there. Hanoverians are supporting, so they got to take a +2 morale test. Oh, they're golden. They didn't even notice the KGL just got wiped off the face of the earth. That'll be the end of the Wellington's division. Artillery cannot fire. There's too much going on up there. So that'll put it into Soult's corner. See what Soult can do. He's going to be using an ass pop of an initiative move, so we'll get those going. Alright, I'm nowhere near as proficient with my pointer as Travis over at Tabletop CP, but I'll try to make some heads or tails of this complete and utter nightmare. Vistula Legion, one of the battalions, used a initiative move to attack the flank of the Dragoons. I'll trigger a hand-to-hand here. They're supported by the Léger, and these guys are involved as well because they're already fighting. Wiping out their supports, the Cuirassiers attack the Dragoons in the flank. They're supported by God knows what. I'll have to figure that out. I know at least they've got the Carbineers to their rear. And then this battalion used initiative moves to slam into the Hanoverians, fully supported by their boys in the back. This brigade held strong. The second part of the brigade with the Vistula Legion held their ground because there's just not enough room to operate in this nightmare. In Oporto, you got any property in Oporto, it's time to sell it. It's a nightmare, but that's it. Sure was a disaster. There'll be some shooting here. These guys are going to return fire against the British battalion that fired on them, and then it's just going to be hamburger meat over here. Kind of hoping the Dragoons can survive this, but that's a tall order. The Vistula Legion's got tough fighter too, and then you got the it's going to be gross. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Ooh. So those French light infantry continue their hand-to-hand against the first guard, and then I got some cotton balls out as these guys just blast away at each other. I need that, some of those lit up ones. Those cotton balls have little lights in them. That'd be kind of cool. Be a good investment. What a nightmare. I love this game. Slaughterfest. Starting off, the 70th is going to blast away into the 69th. 3 shots, needing 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, 3 hits. Brits trying to save on 4, 5s, and 6s. Wow, you can't. You got to try to suck that bad. They some shit command and control there. 3 casualties. The 27th is going to blast away out the 32nd. 2 hits. The Brits can save better than the last group of. They take 1 casualty. Okay, that's better than the other guys. All right, the combined voltigeurs against the first guard. 6 attacks. 4 hits. First guard are shook. Maybe -1. That'll be 4, 5s, and 6s. 4 hits. French light infantry saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. Nice rolling. Take 1 casualty. First guard saving anything but. Take 1 casualty. Alright, the first guard are going to win this fight. It's going to be a straight up morale save. 8. I think they stick around. Yeah, they'll be fine. No, they're back. These guys are holding strong. Next up's the French line unit against the Hanoverians. It should just be a straight up 6 on 6. Nothing too exciting on this one. Except the French are charging. These guys don't get steady line. French 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, they whiffed. 3 hits. Hanoverians, can they make up for the King's German Legion getting wiped out? 4, 5s, and 6s. They cannot. They whiffed like it's cool. French saving the 1 attack that hit like a boss. Hanoverians trying to save 3 attacks. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Take 1 casualty. I gotta look at supports. Hanoverians going to lose by 1. And they gotta take a straight up morale save. Oh, I farted. That's horrible. They stay. Alright, the Cuirassiers against the Dragoons. I mean the Hussars of the British Hussars. Let's see how heavy the Cuirassier attack is. Ooh, +3. So they're going to get a big modifier. 8 attacks. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Hit everything. Oh, brutal. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. That's the Hussars counterattack with ferocious charge, rerolling misses. Thank God they can reroll misses because that was terrible. I'm going to go with red dice for the English. These green dice stinking up the joint. Yeah, they are. I'm going to red. Oh, all right. Cuirassiers saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, they sucked. They take 3 hits. Can these guys save like a boss? 4, 5s, and 6s. Damn, if it wasn't 3, 4, 5s, and 6s, they'd be in business. They take 3 casualties. They're going to lose. We mark casualties. We'll be back in a minute. This will be a regular morale test. Oh crap, they explode. The Cuirassiers are going to continue their attack and they're going to slam into the back of the Dragoons. So this is going to be a massive slaughter from 3 different directions. It's going to be a 3-on-1. Got to pay extra for this in Vegas. The blue is going to be the Cuirassiers, the green is going to be the Vistula Legion, the purple is going to be the other French line infantry unit. So the Cuirassiers are going to hit on 3, 4, 5, 6. Everyone else is going to be 4, 5, and 6s. Let's figure it out. Yahtzee. Alright, so let's do the Cuirassiers first. Miss, miss, miss. Okay. French line infantry, miss, 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 and miss. And then Vistula Legion. Well, they charge. They get 3, 4, 5, and 6. They hit everything. Well, that's pretty freaking brutal. Okay. So they'll try to save against all that crap. They will attack back with 7 dice. Switching to red. They're hitting on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s against the... They're surrounded. It's like Charge of the Light Brigade. Rerolling their 2 misses. Oh, hitting like a boss. We're going to have to split some of this. Force in front of them gets 3. Alright, so the French infantry get saving at 3, 4, 5, and 6s. They'll take 1 casualty. The Vistula Legion saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. They'll save everything. The Cuirassiers will take, I save both of theirs, so 1 casualty. And these guys have to save against 4, 5s, and 6s for days. Save, 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 save. Not bad. Hell yeah. They were shook already. They were maximized. 3. They're going to lose. They're going to have excessive casualties at -3 save. I'm trying to roll 3 dice for a break test. Here's a break test at -3. Oh, 6. So that's the end of that brigade. Shatterlicious. So both armies have lost a brigade each. No artillery for the French, and the British are without cavalry now. I have to commit some of these reserves. They've got held back. And that's not my unsweet tea. Alright. No bueno. French. Doing their thing. Alright, Picton's going to try to do some maneuvering here and get the 7th to replace the 8th in the line, just because they got pounded last turn. Maybe pull some casualties off these guys, and then try to move up the this reserve brigade to also start getting into the action. So just see what he can do. General Hill's going to have the 6th Brigade step back. Oh, successful. Next up, Sherbrooke's sending in the 7th Brigade to attack the line. And he's got Picton's fall back and joined up with him. Give him a reroll. That would give him 1 move. No, it wouldn't give him any. We'll do a reroll. Here we go. That would have given him 1 move. 1 more, so not good enough. There we go. General Bowes sends in the 5th Brigade. They're trying to advance up to join the firing line of the 6th Brigade. Oh yeah, all day. Nice. Alright, so they're reforming for get some R&R. They're bringing up some reinforcements into the line, and they're punching forward in a almost like French-like attack here, heading towards this brigade on the right. But they have left these gentlemen wide open for artillery bombardment, so hammer away a little bit. Napoleon gets his last brigade this turn, so he will commit this brigade down the road, try to attack into that mess. And he will move these guys forward, attempt to at least, and then his last brigade will come in into town on this road. So he needs to vacate some room to allow them to deploy. Alright, let's go Frenchies! Alright, here comes Napoleon and Delaborde storming out of Oporto into the flank of a Hanoverian battalion. Oh, that's definitely a reroll. They need 9s or less. No, 10s. Oh, double 1s. Yeah, here we go, baby. It was actually a battalion of the King's German Legion. They couldn't reach the Hanoverians. So bammo, hitting them in the flank. Ugh. Still insane over there. Other battalion will filter in behind, brigade will filter in behind these guys. Will attempt to at least move forward. And then the last brigade should deploy in town. 8th Brigade under Lefebvre moving forward. They're like, I think he's an 8? He's a 7. He's an 8. So they get, this is a 10. And that is a monster success they didn't need anyway. French brigades moved up as far as they could, even though they could have moved to like North Korea with the amount of dice they got. And then this is the Guard Brigade coming into town. Middle Guard, Swiss Guard, and Young Guard. Alright, that'll be the end of turn 5. And time for Wellington to do something amazing. And I totally forgot hand-to-hand. King's German Legion with their steady line, whatever it's called. They turned and countercharged the French as they came in. And we also have this hand-to-hand with the Hanoverians against that line unit over there. The French won the hand-to-hand, and outstanding. King's German Legion gets closing fire without the bonus. That's 3 hits. French try to save that on what the hell they save it on? 3, 4, 5s, and 6s, yep. They take 1 casualty. Alright, for this hand-to-hand, the French have 3 supports and the King's German Legion only has 1. So that's definitely a not so bueno advantage. 6 dice, attacking back, hitting on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. They just missed 1. French attacking, needing 3, 4, 5, 6s. Oh, he did. He just missed 1 too. Alright. King's German Legion trying to save on 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, that's a whiff. Oh, they're thrashed. So they took 4 casualties. That's going to mess them up. That's not going to help their cause unless the I think the French have to miss every single one of these on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. But they only miss 1. They take 1 additional casualty. That's going to be a ultra French victory, and we'll have to see how many, how big of a break test is going to be. So they didn't have any casualties, but they are shook now. So that's minus. They have 1 extra casualty, so that's a -2 morale check. But Wellington is attached to this brigade, so it's going to be just a straight up morale test. Oh, I couldn't roll. Well, oh, goodbye. Brigade pushed on their. I mean, the battalion pushed on their attack. They followed up with a charge into the flank of this Hanoverian battalion that was already engaged. So this hand-to-hand will now occur, which will be a. This could break the brigade. It'll just leave the this Hanoverian field battalion all by its lonesome if this fight goes to crap. All right, 12 attacks, being 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Nine hits. Hanoverian, 6 attacks, needing 4, 5s, and 6s. 4 hits. French will split them. 3, 4, 5s, and 6 in the front. They make them both. Rear battalion, 3, 4, 5s, and 6. Make them both. That sucks. Alright, Hanoverians fighting for their lives, baby. In the brigade's honor. They gotta make 4, 5s, and 6s. Saves up the yin yang. That's, ooh. So they're going to take, alright, big old 5 casualties, figured out. They already had a ton, so this is, they already had 3. So now they're going to have -5, -6 for being shook, so it's a -4 with Wellington being there. Oh, unexpected. So a 6 will be a retreat, but we'll see how far they go. So the Hanoverians have fallen back 2 moves and they're shook and disordered. The French are not going to push the attack because they don't want to mess with the guard unless they're in square. So let the cavalry deal with them later. They're going to take the win, give them the L. Now that, sorry about the mistake before, now it's turn 6. Alright, Wellington's up. Alright, Fane's going to have his 2 Highland battalions and his reserve, what's left of his Hanoverian battalion, form line and defend the bridgehead from the south side of the bank. Wellington's going to move into a withdrawal and reform his lines because this position is not working. Let's see if he can pull it off. Alright, there, that'll work. They'll get the 1 move they need. Their 2nd Brigade, they've formed up on this side of the bridge, ready to defend it. Our next up, Wellington has joined the artillery section, or artillery brigade, and they're going to try to move along and get a closer shot. Okay, these are 7s, but they're reliable because they're Royal Horse Artillery or Royal Foot Artillery, so they're going to be 8s. With a reroll, here's the reroll. Yes! Wellington, pushing the envelope, I love it. British artillery's moved up to the bank. What's left of 1st Brigade is going to do a disorderly retreat. Get the hell out of the way. And the guard is going to fall back like hell and get back into reserve. Reform for a new attack. The guard's at a tent. There we go, running for miles. Guard have pulled back 36 inches behind the firing line to regroup, and we've got a whole new battle here. The British have extricated themselves from that absolute shit position, reformed the firing line. Got a small attack going on, but this could turn into a fighting withdrawal really quickly. And their artillery is now in position to do some real damage to the French. Alright, and I think now there's nothing to do for this turn 6 for Wellington. He could shoot these 3 guys at first fire. I might save them. Let's take some pop shot. Let them take some pop shots from the French, probably. Save their first fire for when they're in volley in line. Alright, that'll do it. I lied again. 6 pieces of artillery firing. Probably fire at the cavalry. Let's do that. Medium range. 6 cannons at the Carbineers. 12 shots. Have fun with this. Pony's gonna love this bad boy. Not overhead. Medium range. 4, 5s, and 6s. Kind of whiffed. Disordered them at least. So they're -2 to save. Usually saving at 4. Oh, they need 6s to save this. 6, 7 hits on the Carbineers. Needing 6s. They got frickin' annihilated. Oh, Jesus. -4 morale test for the Carbineers. 9 takes down to 5. I think they're going to run like they're going to retreat and be disordered and shook. They're rocked way the hell back there. Chasseurs à cheval are untouched. I believe the cuirassiers have 2 casualties, so French cavalry arm is looking a little beat up now. But now it's Soult's turn. What has he got in his magic hat? It's the best I can come up with. Alright, Soult's going to have this brigade swing out, prepare to attack across the bridge if possible. Skirmishers to get on the riverbank and harass. Have probably these guys will hold and possibly reform this other brigade for a main attack on the right side of this line here. I'll think about that last one, because the second you do that main attack, you're gonna, well, at some point you're gonna have to get slaughtered by artillery. That's a motto to live by. At some point you got to take grape shot. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. 4th Brigade. Is it 4th or 3rd? 3rd Brigade. The 47th, the 105th, the 9th, and the 2nd. Storming the bridge to attack the Highlanders. Little Vive la France. They're friggin', he's an 8. They're potted charge. They're gonna attack we're talking 10s. Oh, the attack goes in like a boss. All right, the French, the 2nd Brigade, or it is, have crossed the bridge, and they got a foothold, but now they have to take closing fire from the 2 Highland battalions and all the cannons. So it's going to be brutal. Their light infantry right now can't engage because they're blocked with the line of sight. They're in their field of fire, but they're in position with their 3 casualties to help fish people out of the river after they get blown to pieces by these cannons. And both Highland battalions both have their first fire too, so this could be a nice, fun one. Now they're going to try to do just battalion orders or squadron orders on these 2 cavalry squadrons, since that one's not available with the disordered and the shook and the retreat and everything else, to reform for another attack. Not this turn, maybe next turn. The cuirassiers are an 8. They can get 1 move, it's all they really need. And the chasseurs à cheval the same. And they can do the same. Alright, good to go. Can you see that? It's a bit glary. There you go. This is the first real issue I've run into, this command and control situation with the different commanders. But I think it's a good thing. I'd like to move these guys, this brigade, to reform up and to advance. But I kind of want to do it behind a screen of regular line infantry. But these guys are in Napoleon's division, and these guys are under Soult's division. So it's hard to coordinate. So kind of don't want to spend the Visual Legion if I don't need to, or at least soften up a bit before they go in, and definitely not go into a cannon slaughter. I don't know, we'll see. But I think I'm going to hold for the time being and let Napoleon form up, and we'll bring up this brigade too next turn, and then we'll see how this disaster goes here in a minute. So you can label this as traversing fire or closing fire. The artillery firing at the there definitely would be protecting the bridge. As the French came across it, it would be idiotic not to. So 3 of the guns are in range for, actually 2 of the guns are in range for grape shot, and the other 4 are for round shot. This is going to be pretty savage. Alright, so 6 shots of a whiff of grape shot. This one goes out to the citizens of Paris back in the day, coming across the bridge. And they're going to miss 1 shot. They're going to sort of the absolute piss out of them. And this is going to be like a save it on 6s kind of deal. And they're not going to save shit. I mean, this is all going to be cumulative, so this could be horrific. Now you've got 8 cannonballs going into them, needing 3, 4, 5, 6s because they are in attack column. I've taken 5 hits so far. Alright, so that's 5 more hits, saving on 6s. Not anything, so that's 5 more, they're up to 10. I'm just kind of marking these over here so I can keep track of all this. Now the unit behind them on the bridge takes bounce through for 6 shots. They're still in medium range and they're in attack column, so it is going through, so it's 1 more, so it's 4, 5s, and 6s. And they get pummeled with 3, saving on 6s. They take 3 casualties. And then it bounces through to the light infantry on the side there, and they're going to be 5s or 6s. 6 shots. And they don't take any, so that's good. Okay, that's the end of the artillery. Actually, 2 of the guns will catch the front unit too. So they, with the bounce through, so they'll need 4, 5s, and 6s. So they'll be disordered as well. Saving on 6s. They'll take 3 casualties and be disordered. That's the front unit. Highland Battalion, the 90, I think it's the Black Watch they're attacking. They get they don't get the benefit of closing fire because they're using their counterattack, so they just get 4, 5s, and 6s, but it's their first fire, so they get 4 dice. Oh, disastrous. Nice. And saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s, excuse me. Take 1 more casualty. And the other Highland Battalion gets their close range because they're not being attacked. So it'll be 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. And they get 3 hits, and they'll try to save this on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. And they'll take 2 more. So the front battalion took 6 casualties. The flanking left battalion took 10 casualties, and the rear support took 3 casualties, and all of them are disordered. Alright, so we got some break tests, baby. First battalion, they already had 3 casualties, so they are -6 morale test. Plus they're shaken and disordered, so I think that's just 1 minus 1 more. Did you get 1 for each? I can't remember. Modifiers. Just disordered. Alright, so a -7 morale test. Yeah, I got a lot of hope for this one. So they're going to implode. They're done. The other battalion is a -8 morale test on the left flank. So they're at a 0. They're going to implode. Alright, so the battalion on the bridge in the far left flank at that angle, or the far right flank for the French, are still in the bat. They lost 2 battalions right there. Oh, going across the bridge. Just like the British did earlier. Oh, slaughterfest. Picking up the first fire pins on those 2 battalions and that's what's left of the French command here. This is an untouched battalion. They're disordered and they have 3 casualties. These guys have 3 casualties. It's not looking good for, I can't remember the name of this commander, I'll have to look it up, but he's looking backwards basically. What the hell happened to my command, Joe? The 70th will fire 3 rounds into the 28th. This battalion actually can't shoot because that Napoleon's unit is in his forward arc. So we'll put 3 rounds into them. Alright, 3 shots, seeing 4, 5s, and 6s. One hit, saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. No effect. Wasn't worth the musket balls. That'll be the end of Soult's turn, and it'll now be Picton's turn. He's going to withdraw this attack, and then just probably let Wellington's guns hammer away at the French for the L. Alright, so this is... Which, I don't remember which commander this is. I am sorry. Technical difficulties. Sherbrooke's command, excuse me, he's a 7. Troops are in column of companies. Wellington's with them. No, Picton's with them, sorry, so they get a reroll. 6 would be 1 move. We'll take the reroll. Yes, they're going to fall back and form into the firing line. Bose is going to have the 5th Brigade move forward into the firing line and have the 95th out front to take pop shots. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, the Brits are deep. Deep, baby. The 95th will take a pop shot at the 2nd. See how that works out. They usually have 4 shots. With first fire they'll have 5. And it'll be 4, 5s, and 6s, baby. Here we go. We're going to disorder them. And they've got 3 hits, and they get sharpshooters. They get to reroll 1 miss. They roll another 1. Yay! 3 hits and disordered. French saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Take 1 casualty, and they're disordered. Alright, Napoleon's going to try to do what Napoleon does and snatch victory from defeat. He's kind of feel like we're going the wrong direction here with the old French. He's going to try to lead, he has joined and will try to lead 8th Brigade from way back in the rear on a across the battlefield move as far as they'll go. Their commander for that brigade is Lefebvre. He's an 8. So these guys are going to be at 10s. He needs 3 moves here. Oh, and that gets all 3 moves. I was like, I'm getting ready to do a reroll. Yes. So we're going to go, we'll see in 36 inches. Napoleon driving these guys across the battlefield. Get into combat. I think they're going to do just a rally order to get the shaken off that brigade, or sorry, battalion, and then they'll try to move the guard battalion up as far as they can get into support. Alright. Alright. Trying to rally off a casualty off that back battalion to get it off the shook status, get it down to 2 casualties. That is not going to happen. That's a fail. Alright, so they're done. The guard battalion, the guard brigade will try to go as far as they possibly can. They're like 11s. Oh, they're going to go for days. They're going to invade Mexico. Whee! The great Napoleon. He's got himself a all-out attack out of nowhere. The middle guard slams into the 95th. Come charging out of the walls of Oporto. Strong work, mother truckers. I think that's all on the pole. Yeah, because those guys feed us three brigades. You had a failure there with them. Yeah, we're good. All right, they're back in business. All right, 3 French attack columns fire at the 23rd. They need 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh shit. 3 hits. Saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. And they're disordered too. Oh shit, 3 casualties. Okay, that works. Good strong work. They already had 1 casualty, so that actually made them shook, and now they they have to do a morale test at -1. Who would have thought? I just was just going to roll the attack column just for fun. Hope for a disordered. And that's why we roll the dice, baby. Well, 3 attack columns just plinked off some shots and got lucky as hell. The Royal Welsh Fusiliers are right there in front of us Hanoverians, and they're gone now. Wow. All right, nothing. No more shooting. We'll do a hand-to-hand and closing fire and all that good stuff. All right, the 95th blasting away with no pluses, just 4, 5s, and 6s, but they get sharpshooter. 2 hits, no disorder. That's what we're looking for. Oh, they got one more. Sorry, one more roll. They don't get it, but they get another hit. Now the freaking the middle guard saved like a boss. They save, so they're on anything but they'll save it. They save everything, and with room to spare. So I'll figure out the hand-to-hand. Middle guard attacks with 7. They were charging, so 2 misses. 95th attacking back with 6. Oh, they do countercharge. That's right. That's better. I was like, oh. 4 hits. Middle guard saving on like everything except for 1s. They punt. They get 1. All right, can the 95th rock it out here? Saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. They take 3 casualties. All right, we'll do the math here. Middle guard's going to win by 1, so they're going to take a straight up morale test. So we're going to roll some more double 1s and crap. 6. They're going to run away, but they're not going to explode. So that's, at least that's something. I think they're going to fall back 12 at least and be disordered. Middle guard keeps this show rolling. They counterattack, well, they continue the attack and hit the 59th, who cannot, since it's a reactionary thing, they can't countercharge. So they get 6 attacks back at 4, 5, and 6 against the middle guard. And not so good. Two hits. Middle guard coming in with 7 attacks. And they're hitting with 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Alright, saving on 4, 5, and 6s. Take 4 casualties. They took a beating. They're going to be shook at least. Middle guard saving on, just don't get 1s. They save everything. So they're going to win by, they kept 2 of theirs. They have, so they both have 2 supports. So they're going to win by 4. Ugh. Alright. And they're shook. So it's going to be a -2 morale check for these guys for the 59th. That's 2 down to, they're going to run away too and be disordered. So the middle guard does what the middle guard does. Kick some ass. Beat the shit out of the 95th. Drove them back here. They've got 2 casualties and they're disordered. And they went into the 59th and just blew them out of the ballpark. They got 3 casualties. They're shook. They're disordered. They have to retreat 24 inches because of all this crap. And yeah, they stand alone. Probably get hammered here in a second, but at least they're making the Emperor proud for the moment. And that'll be the end of turn 6. So Napoleon finishes, and we go into turn 7. Wellington's up, and so will Wellington's cannons. Oh my effing god. They're going to blast some suckers off the ballpark. Wellington's going to keep it kind of simple over there. He kind of did some initiative moves. The 2 Highland battalions are going to open fire on that line battalion over there, the French. And then 3 cannons are going to fire grape shot into that battalion that's hanging on by a fingernail on the bridge. Then they're going to try to do some rally orders on rear battalion of the Hanoverians, and they're going to try to rally off some casualties on this of the 1st Guard. They're up to 4, so give them some breathing room, buy some time when they have to engage later on. For the Hanoverian battalion, they need a 7. They rally off a casualty, and the Guard needs an 11 or some crap, something cheesy like that. They rally off a casualty. The Hanoverians also have a shot at a French line battalion in front of them, so they're going to blast them with 3 rounds. They need 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh crap! Hanoverians waiting to fire. Nice job. Disordered, 2 hits. Saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, that's called screwing the pooch where I'm from. Oh God. That battalion hadn't been hit yet, so 3 fresh casualties and a disordered marker on those little bad boys. And we'll go over to this firing squad over here. Lord. All right, we'll start these. I think it's 3 guns here. They're going to fire across, basically doing enfilading fire right through this Swiss cheese. Oh, at medium range. Horrible. So after looking at the terrain, it's only going to go through 3 battalions. The 4th battalion is actually down in a ridge, so just, I'm not a genius in physics, but artillery round won't take a, unless they throw a knuckleball, it shouldn't go down. It'll fire right through them and spray above their heads, so might be some of a morale twinge as they get spraying with body parts from their buddies, but yeah, there are only going to be 3 grazing fires here. It's going to be, yeah, 3, 4, 5s, and 6s because they're an attack column. And there's 3 cannons, each of them with 2 dice, so 6 shots at the 1st battalion. They just got nailed by the Hanoverians, so they're going to probably be morale tests unless I really forget to put the cannonballs in the guns on this one. Well, they're already disordered. It's enfilading fire, so we get to re-roll the miss. So everything hits, all 6 hits. I'm going to keep track of these as it mows through all 3 of these battalions. They get hit with 6s. Going through the next one, it'll be 4, 5s, and 6s. Not too bad for them. Just 1 hit for those guys. I think I bumped the camera there. Sorry about that, I'm a klutz. And the last battalion will be the same. 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, and that's bad too. Wow. Well, it's good for the French. But they had some fat guys in that 2nd battalion, or probably in that 1st battalion. They went from 6 hits down to 1 to 0. They got they basically absorbed those cannonballs. Good job. Way to go. Vive la France. Eat some French fries, you fat bastards. Oh, bad news. I forgot that it's enfilading fire on those other 2. So they get 5 re-rolls on the 2nd battalion. Let's see if they're really that fat. So 4, 5s, and 6s. That's okay. Let's pick up 2 more hits, so they're up to 3 now. And the last battalion gets all 6 of them rolled. The joys of enfilading fire. And they, not so lucky this time, they took 4 hits. So, would have been cool if it was head on, shooting through the sides, not so cool. Alright, 6 saves on the 1st battalion. And yeah, they're basically saving on 6s. This could be bad. Ugh, they take 5 casualties. Okay, these guys have 3 saves, needing 6s. They take all 3. And the last group takes 4, needing 6s. Almost pulled it out of their butt. They take 3. So it's 5, 3, 3. Alright, we're going to go do some figuring out and get some morale tests, break tests, and all that crap. So the 1st battalion just got wore out. That's 5 extra casualties, plus I got hit by artillery, plus they're shook and they're disordered. So that's going to be a -7 morale test. Ooh, Napoleon's with them, so it's only going to be a -5. Let's see if old Boney can, if they can roll double sixes, they can stick around. Or they could just freaking implode like it's like a -12. That's no good. So they're going to be gone. See ya, baby. The other two battalions don't have to. They only got 3 casualties each, so they're still at their stamina level. So they're not going anywhere, even though they just watched their buddies get incinerated. They're probably happy. They saved them from certain death. Took most of the hits. So 1st Battalion 8 gets blasted out of the history books. They are toast. Their commander's like, oh shit, where'd they go? They all just took off running after they got murdered. We could do the grape shot next, but I'm going to go ahead and save that for last. And we shall do the Highland Battalion. Sorry, they're going to open up on these poor bastards here at point blank range. It's going to be 6 shots of fun. Alright, 6 shots. Needing 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Ooh. Well, 2 misses. The Highlanders have got a tough fighter, not sharpshooter. They do disorder them twice, but they're going to save on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. You know they're disordered. That means they're going to be stuck there for another turn of fun. Well, I guess they could do a disorderly retreat, which might not be a bad idea. Wow. Boss. Alright, they're disordered, but they made every single save. Way to go, Frenchies. Here's the shot you were all waiting for. 3 pieces of artillery, all in grape shot range. Make sure I got 9 dice here. Standing on a bridge, wishing they were somewhere else, anywhere else. And if these guys go, the battalion break, I mean the brigade breaks. So even though those guys did some great rolling over there, they still have to survive. But you know, if the brigade's the sign-R, they're just going to run. There are 3, 4, 5s, and 6s to hit. Well, they're going to be disordered like a boss. Now saving's going to be 6s. These guys are already maxed out on casualties. Come on, roll Yahtzee. Not bad. Not bad at all. But 3 casualties. They're going to be shook, disordered with 3 additional casualties. Be a -5. 7 takes it down to a 2. They incinerate. The whole brigade shatters. Oh, so sorry, Napoleon. Is that Napoleon? No, that wasn't. That was one of Soult's brigades. I apologize. So for artillery in this game, it's been like the freaking Death Star. They are taking everything out left and right. Maybe it was first of all, when the Royal Dragoons made that suicide charge across to take out the French artillery, it might have been a dumbass move, but it's French artillery's been kind of out of it for most of the match. I mean, French cavalry, they made their one good charge and killed some people, but they've been licking their wounds, and the British artillery has just been blasting people to pieces. So, yay. Good artillery. I don't know what's next. Alright, so that's turn 7. Wellington's done. Now we get to see Soult, what he can do. Soult is going to launch all of his forces down this wing, try to engage the very deep British line. They're in 4 line. Damn, that's nice. They're coming after him. See what they can do. If they can break through, it's it. This is a win or die, baby. Let's see what they can do. Alright, 1st Brigade. Who the hell's the commander? Is it Merrill? He's taken 1 order so far and failed it, so he's been a complete wanker. Been watching Ted Lasso, so I'm picking up on it. Yeah, form attack column and get it. That is the word of the day. Charge. You suck. Blunder result. Oh yeah, baby. So a 6 is a charge on the blunder table. So it's a 1 and 2 is 1 move, 3 and 4 is 2 moves, 5 and 6 is balls out. Here we go. Oh, they're not going too far. That's not too bad. So they're still in line. They went forward 1 move. They're kind of in a weird ass formation. Whatever. Merrill is like a piece of crap. Soult is with the 2nd Brigade, and they're already in attack column, so they're gonna be like freaking 11s with a reroll, and they're gonna try to do what they couldn't do before. Get it? Oh yeah, they're going for miles. Oh, the Visual Legion punching into the buffs. Their first fight, their first taste of combat since I did just an awesome job of painting them. Yeah, right. Yeah, they look, you could almost identify them from 3 miles away that they're English. Or British, whatever you want to say. Yeah, sorry about that. And the French are really just kind of turned this into a, well, that's the seesaw kind of bizarroness the blunder caused. Could have been worse. Be nice if they would have said change formation then attack. Soult's got his skirmishers left, and he's going to try to get his cavalry to do God knows what, something besides hang out in the back and smoke cigarettes. The Voltigeurs are going to try to move to the left to screen the army from the artillery, and they succeed. And then La Housse is going to try to get the French cavalry rolling dirty, going as far as they can to try to engage something besides obesity and lethargy. Here we go. I guess I can't say that. The Cuirassiers did an awesome job doing a balls out attack a round ago. It feels like forever. Here we go. They are just going to sit back there and keep on smoking. Yeah, they definitely weren't feeling it yet. Alright, so we got a little bit of shooting to do. Not much. I think the Swiss Guards can fire at one of the British line units. And everyone else is either supporting or in hand-to-hand or going to be shooting to their own team. So that's not a good idea. Oh, and the Voltigeurs are able to shoot at the British artillery. So these guys are going full skirmish mode. They're going to try to attack one of the artillery. Oh, I left their casualty over there on the banks of the river Douro. I'll bring that back to them. They've got 3 casualties. And pop off a couple shots before they get blasted with probably grape shot next turn. Alright, I have a 4 shots with sharpshooter needing 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. We're going to concentrate on one gun. Taking out one gun at a time. That sure as shit won't work because they're going to get mowed down here in a minute. But at least they'll do something for the Emperor. And they got it disordered, which is big. We'll take it. Like be another -1 to one of those guns. And they're re-rolling their miss. And it pays off. Alright, 4 hits. Alright, see if the Royal Artillery can save in on 4, 5s, and 6s. Take 2. What's their stamina? I forgot about Royal Artillery. They have a stamina 1, so they're going to break. They're going to take a morale test, and they're going to run. So they're going to lose 1 gun. So, bingo, that's good. I think I said what's going to be Swiss Guards that I shot. It was actually the Léger. They're not attached. They're not part of the attack that the Visual Legions. They're not supporting. They're going to fire 1 shot at the 40th. But they will get sharpshooter. They'll re-roll if they miss. But it doesn't really matter. They nailed them. Saving on 4, 5s, and 6. They've already got it disordered on them. And they've taken a casualty. Well, it works out. These little pop shots work. Alright, the buffs are going to countercharge the Visual Legion. 4 shots. No closing fire bonus, so there's going to be 4, 5s, and 6s. This is their first fire. Well, that's big. They wanted that disordered. That's going to help them in the hand-to-hand. And the Vicious Legion is going to try to save on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Ooh, take 2 casualties. Sketchy. Alright, the Vicious Legion charging. Would be hitting with 3, 4, 5, 6s, but they picked up that disordered. So it's 4, 5s, and 6s. But they do have Tough Tider. And they freaking screwed the pooch. Oh. 2 hits so far. 1 reroll. Alright, they kind of redeemed themselves and hit 50%. Now the buffs are hitting on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s because they countercharged. See if they don't. First fight, let's see what they do. Oh, well. They got 4 hits. Alright, this is where the Vicious Legion will earn their threads with their Pate Charge and all their attack column crap. They're saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. They take 1 casualty. The buffs saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. Can they pull it out their butt? Or their buffs? Wordplay, I love it. They take 1 casualty too. Oh, now supports is going to be different. The buffs have 2, and the Vicious Legion is fully supported, so they're going to lose. They're going to lose. And they both took 1 casualty. Let me come back and mark casualties. Alright, it's morale time. And it's a straight up, actually it's a +2 because Picton's right there with them. Oh, they don't need Picton. They don't need his drunk ass. The buffs take it like a boss. I got to mark the Vicious Legion because they won the battle, so they get an extra +1 next time. Picton doesn't have much to do. He's got a hand-to-hand with 1 battalion. 1 battalion going to fire. He's going to try to rally a casualty off the 59th, which he fails to do. I think that's it. Also try to rally a casualty off the 69th. They have 3 casualties. That happens. They go down to 2. That's good. The 40th is going to unload into the middle guard. They're point blank range. This first fire, but they are disordered, so it'll be 4, 5s, and 6s. They disordered them, which is probably big. And they got 2 hits, and they just don't need to get 1s, basically. Ooh, skin of their teeth, save them both, but they are disordered. The buffs and the Vicious Legion are going to go back at it again. Buffs are going to get 6 dice. They're on 4, 5s, and 6s. They hit with 3. Sorry, my kids are screaming in the background. And then the Vicious Legion. So they're, what do they got? They got disordered, but they won the combat, so they're on 4, 5s, and 6s too. Oh, they screwed the pooch. But they're a tough fighter. They're going to re-roll 1 of them. That was their big chance. So they tied it up even. 3 and 3. Alright. The buff saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. Nice. 1 casualty. This is going to be a war of attrition here. These guys are just going to pick away at each other. And the Vicious Legion saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Or they could just totally F it up completely. But it's going to be a draw because they have 1 extra. So it's a draw. They're going to deteriorate. You know, if they have to lose to come out of attack column into line. So no one's winning it. And they just get extra casualties. So the Vicious Legion gets 2 and the buffs get 1. So the Vicious Legion is going to be shook from that combat. And I think you have to, even if you draw but you're shook by the combat, I think you have to take a break test. I'm going to check the rules. 1 second. Alright, the Vicious Legion got a -2 for excessive casualties, and Soult makes it +2, so it's It's just an even break test. 9 down to 2 to 7, they hang in there. So that's the end of Soult's turn, not Soult period. He's still with us. British are holding the buffs, representing on their first turn, our first battle. Proud of these bastards. Sticking it to the Visceral Legion like a boss. They're beating them into the ground. Visceral Legion now has 3 casualties. They're shook and disordered. And yeah, it's not bad. Middle guards taking some pop shots at each other, they're having some problems. And got a lot of disordered units for Napoleon and Soult here, but not bad. And Voltigeurs are trying to survive another round of canister fire. Hanoverians might just run forward and execute them too. In the middle of it all, Napoleon. All right, and then way back at on the beach, French cavalry. Got to make up for something. All right. We come back, it'll be... Who's next? Well, that was actually... Sorry, that wasn't Soult. That was Picton, so Napoleon's next. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost track of time. I was going to go upstairs, but I think I'll just use I'll just finish up with Napoleon, and then we'll wrap it up for the night. We'll get back at it again tomorrow. All right, Napoleon's going to do what Napoleon does. This broken brigade over here, which is they're all casualtied up, they're going to attempt to charge into the Hanoverians. These 3 battalions, none of them are disordered, are going to try to give the Young Guard a break and attack this troop. And if they fail, give the Middle Guard a break. And if they fail miserably, the Middle Guard will just slam into them with an initiative move. And that's the genius that is Napoleon Bonaparte for today. Must have had an anoxic brain injury with me playing him. Alright, Delabord's up with his broke dick command. He's got the 9th, the 2nd, or two battalions of the 9th. 1st and 4th battalions. And the 1st of the 2nd. They got lots of casualties. But at least they don't have disordered. They got some broke-ass crap. They're going to try to charge the Hanoverians. If they can break this Hanoverian battalion, they will break the brigade and open up the whole British left flank there. Of course, that's just going to have just to have the guard fill it in again. Here we go. That's not going to get it done. They're going to get one move out of it. That's about it. They're going to get about halfway there and look stupid. Oh, crap. I apologize. Napoleon was attached to that brigade. Delaborde, hanging out with his old boy. I read the career of Delaborde. It's pretty... he went through hell. He went through Russia. He went through everywhere. He was like from Napoleon from the beginning. That's pretty... he was very impressive. He survived Russia, got all the way back. I think he was even... Might have been at Waterloo, I'm not sure, but he survived all that. He deserved retirement. Skipped the 100 Days War. Oh, hell yeah, the reroll Napoleon, making it happen. General Foy tries to lead in the 6th Brigade. Oh, he does it too. So the Middle Guard gets a break. Foy and Delaborde both led with their least fucked up units. This line battalion has no casualties. His 2 supports both have 3. And then Delaborde's brigades all shot to shit. He's got... His best battalion has 1 casualty. He's got one with 3, and then another that's shook. Another one with 1, or with 2, sorry. And they've got yeah. So it's the way it is in the late game. Your boys just start getting wore out. But it's looking very impressive. Oh, we'll do these 2 hand-to-hands and we'll call it a night. It's a good way to go out. All right, 1st Battalion, 2nd of the of line going against the field battalion for Bremen. Oh, the field battalion from Bremen they're disordered and they're maxed out on casualties, so it's going to be kind of ugly for them. And but they've had a track record since like that first game of Black Powder of just kicking ass in hand to hand. They pulled out. I think they've been beaten back heavy cavalry charges. So mucho respect for them. Here come the French line unit. They need 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Yeah. Oh, that's only 5. One more dice. Sorry, it's all right. It's getting late. Can't remember how to do math. Oh, 50%. Don't like those odds. And the Hanoverians do not have steady line. And with their disordered, so they're 5s and 6s. This could be a little pop shot. I think the Leger hit them earlier. That could be the difference maker here. Yeah, they only come through with one hit. They could get their asses handed to them here. All right, here we go. French saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. They take a casualty. They could have come out of it clean and fresh. Let's see if the Hanoverians can save like a boss. They're tough, these Hanoverians. 4, 5s, and 6s. Nice. They saved their butt. They're going to lose, though. They're going to lose because of supports. They've only got 1 with everything else. Well, no, they have 2. Hang on, I'm going to look real quick. Sorry. It's going to be a draw, and now they have to roll to see if because they got shook. They went over their stamina. Hanoverians for the break test. Goes down to 7. They stick around. Strong work. The Bremen boys are tough. I love it. Let's get some beers and some Wiener Schnitzels. The 55th versus the 40th. The 40th Regiment of Foot is disordered, so it's going to hurt them a little bit here. But I forget, this is a British line infantry, so they do get closing fire. See if they can pop a disordered on them as they come on in. And they do! Oh, ties it up. See if the French can save those 2 hits. Oh, they screw the pooch. They save 1. They take 1 in their disorder. Well, that was the last part of Foy's command that didn't have a casualty. Just like looked like Delaborde's command now. Just shot the shit. No one even has a clean pair of underwear. 6 attacks. 4, 5s, and 6s for the French. Oh, they screwed it up. That would really help. That disorder just saved them 2 more casualties. 2 hits for the French. Let's see if the Brits can pull it out of their butt. They need 4, 5s, and 6s too. They got 3. It's better. It's better than nothing. The French do have the advantage on the save. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Ooh, just 1 casualty for the French. Let's see if the Brits can tie it up here. They got to save 4, 5s, and 6s. Yeah, they got 1. So it's going to be draw on that respect. Let me look at supports. Both of them are fully supported, so it's a draw. No one's shook. So they're going to take 1 casualty each, and they're going to go again next round. That works. That's awesome. So at the end of turn 7, that was a draw. They both got 2 casualties. They're both disordered. Unfortunately for the French, the British disorder is going to peel off. Now theirs just happened, so no, it will not. And theirs just happened too. So at the end of their turns they'll go. So those hand-to-hands will continue. They have 3, they're shook, they're disordered. They have 2 and they're disordered. And then everyone else is just lots of casualties. All right, so we'll come back with the next turn tomorrow. Oof, that looks awesome. I'm gonna dream about this tonight. See you. Well, I got done with work. It's turn 8. I'm jonesing to get back to this game. Nothing's moved. All right, that means Wellington is up. Turn 8. What will the old nosy do? All right, stay tuned to find out, I guess. I got the pointer out again, so you know I've been thinking. All right, so Wellington's going to try to get these artillery pieces. We've got to eliminate the threat from the Voltigeurs, so we'd probably just line up and just firing squad style, grape shot the hell out of these guys. See how many we can wipe out. They've already got 3 casualties, so just go for overkill. Probably do a disorderly retreat with these 2 Hanoverians, pull them out of the line, let them heal up, and then move the guard up onto the left flank and see if we can push. At the same time, try to get what's left of 2nd Brigade to cross the bridge and attack the French right flank. Sounds like an amazing plan. I will... Hanoverians will end up having to be the reserve. Hopefully the middle guard and these guys don't punch right through. But we're defending in depth here. We've got 4 battalions deep on most of these lines, so I think we should be able to hold. And I think we'll make a big push, and then the only problem will be is if the French cavalry can move. But we'll see what happens. All right, we'll do some dice rolling. Besides the initiative moves from the disorderly retreats. Actually, I could probably get away with, well, 1 disorderly retreat and then one will be an initiative move. Wellington be with Fane with 2nd Brigade with the Highland battalions, and so they get to re-roll. They're straight up 8s right now. We've got to get them across the bridge. It's going to take a lot of moves, otherwise they're going to get stuck with their butts hanging out. All right, here we go. Well, that's not going to get it done. All right, come on, Fane. Don't let us down, baby. Oh, way to go, baby. Way to go. Well, we're on a roll, just to the Guard Brigade moving forward and getting into line. Oh, that does it easy. Cool. And we'll come back and show what it all looks like. So the Hanoverians have relocated to the back of the formation. Guard has moved into line within pissing range of those French. They put their most damaged battalion in the back. The big story is the Highlands battalion along with the Hanoverians have crossed over, and they formed some kind of like Austrian and mass formation, I think it was called, or something, where they have troops pointing different directions. One part of the battalion is facing the French cavalry, and the other part is basically outflanking and almost getting in behind the French forces. So, oof. Little envelopment action, and then the artillery pivoted in place there, and they're going to try to liquefy the French light infantry. A look from above. He's right there. He's going to get a front row seat to his right flank collapsing. He's going to have to do something special here. All right, do some shooting. So the Highlanders battalion's firing both different directions. The 92nd's firing at the cavalry, and the Black Watch will be firing away at basically to the rear of one of these other line infantry units in range. Artillery is just going to unload on the light infantry, and then the Guard is going to try to crush these guys out of existence. Insane. All right, give you an angle, different angle than usual. Alright, the Black Watch will be firing at the Chasseurs à Cheval, looking for a 6 basically. Slowing this cavalry attack. Or the last and undamaged French cavalry unit. 4 5s and 6s. I'm throwing dice on the ground like a putz. Too bad I can't keep that. It's a nice 6. Alright, here we go. Got it anyway. 2 hits. And they're in line formations. So they're saving on 4 5s and 6s. They're going to take 1 casualty and be disordered. Here we go. Mission accomplished. The 92nd is going to fire into the rear of 3rd Battalion of the 70th Infantry to line, or line infantry. 70th Regiment, who knows? I'm having a stroke. I'm so excited. Alright, they're, I guess you're shooting the back. Is that considered enfilading? I know from the side is. There's got to be some kind of advantage from shooting the back. I can't remember what the rules are, but I'm going to consider it enfilading because they're kind of in the back right quarter. 4 5s and 6s re-rolling misses. They're going to disorder them and hit them 3 times. What about re-rolling misses? Alright, so they're going to save on 3 4 5s and 6s. So they're going to take 2 casualties and be disordered. And 15 dice of grape shot into the French light infantry. This could be horrible. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. You're probably all surprised I can count that high. Here we go, baby. These are they're skirmishers, so it's going to be 4 5s and 6s. Alright. We'll be saving on 6s. It's a lot of hits. We're brutal. We saved 1. Alright. They already had 3 casualties, so they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a -9 morale test. Yeah, we got this. Impossible to make. Oh, they tried! Oh, an 11. Damn, son. Oh, still gets a 2 and they break. That's understandable. They got murdered. 3rd Battalion of the 1st Guards with their first fire. Too many firsts in that. They're going to unload into the French line infantry unit in front of them. So this is going to be 5 dice. Hitting on 3 4 5s and 6s. Brutalization. They did disorder them. They hit everything. Now, can the French pull us out of their butt? 3 4 5s and 6s, man. They took 2 casualties and they're disordered. That could have been a lot worse. That unit is shook, so they're going to take a +1 morale test thanks to Napoleon being attached to their brigade. Or they make it like a boss. Nice. Alright, first hand-to-hand will be the 2nd Battalion 55th of the French versus the 40th of Foot. They drew last turn. They're both disordered, so they're both going to be hitting on 4 5s and 6s. Good luck, gentlemen. 4 5 and 6s for the British. Ooh, a couple 1s. 3 hits, 50%, huh? Alright. French coming in with 4 5s and 6s. Looks like it's a battle of mediocrity. Alright, the British try to save 4 5s and 6s. Ooh, they take 2. French saving on 3 4 5s and 6s. They take 1. I think the British are going to be disordered. French are going to probably win the hand-to-hand. They are, because they're all equally supported. So let me put the casualties down. We'll do a break test when we come back. Alright, Picton is attached to this brigade, so it's still going to be a +1 break test. Here we go, baby. Oh, oh, are you shitting me? And they've got 3 supports that all got to roll +2 break tests. Let's do that. The first one, they stick around. Second one, they stick around with the +2. Third one, they stick around. Okay, so just have 1 unit implodes. the French are too beat down to push that advantage. They're just going to take the win and take a breather. The last hand-to-hand will be the Buffs versus the Vistula Legion. And that was a draw last turn too. But I think the Vistula Legion is hurting badly. Actually, the Buffs won last round of combat, so they've got a 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oof. Here we go. 4 hits. Now the Vistula Legion, they lost, and they're disordered. Ooh. Does that make them? Yeah, that makes them 5s and 6s, right? Yep. 5s and 6s. With tough fighter though. That does not help. All right. I need one more at least. All right, here we go. They don't pull it out of their butt. All right, so they got to save like a boss here. They're going to get stomped. They're going to get curb stomped right out of the building. All right, they got 3, 4, 5s, and 6s for the Vistula Legion. That is actually cocked, so I'm going to give them a break here, even though that was so close to a 1. It doesn't matter. They sucked it up anyway. All right, they took 3 casualties. Ooh, that's going to be a rough morale test. Put that for 3. Let's see if the Buffs can keep this winning. 4, 5, and 6. They take 1 more casualty. I think they're still good. They only had 2. With all the modifiers, this will be a -1 break test for the Vistula Legion. 6 is they're going to pull back 12 inches and be disordered, but they're already there. So that's a win for the Buffs. Way to go. So that brigade over there is getting hammered. The skirmishers got annihilated. They're gone off the map. The British lost a unit here in the center. And then the Vistula Legion left a nice little hole there, and they are blown back behind the barrier. They took their disordered and their shook token with them. Go back and dream about that Polish dream. Come back to rally up and come back up for more. All right. It's getting brutal out here. People are slipping in body parts. And that is the end of Wellington's turn. We'll go on to Soult. See what he can do. Soult is going to give up on all of his cavalry crap. The chasseurs à cheval are disordered. That unit is basically worthless. The carbineers. The cuirassiers still got some fight in them. He's going to try to do a follow me order and just see how far he can get. The objective is to force all this into squares. If he has all 3 moves, or if he gets past the follow me order, he gets 3 moves. So he should just put all this into square, cross the bridge, and attack the British artillery, who really won't be able to react to it because all this stuff will be like a ping-pong battle. Now, if some of these units fail their order to go into square, it'll be a whole different ball game. But we shall see what happens. Then, ideally, this unit would form into attack columns and attack to the right. Soult will probably join up with this battalion, and this battalion will just kind of probably hold their own. I don't know. They might attack too. That's the way they go. And we'll see what we can do. If they do, it'll be an initiative move, and they'll just slam into the Buffs and try to finish them off. Probably send their Vistula Legion in, but they're going to have to. The French are running out of reserves here. They're going to lose some. They're going to lose some depth. Got to figure something out. Might even just hold ground. All right, I'll think about it, see how this goes. And that'll be Soult. Here's the big one. Can Lahuse pop off his follow me order successfully? This will be big for the Frenchies. Oh, he does like a boss. So he's going to go for miles. Now it's going to be, the first one would be the, I guess it's the Black Watch. Can they pass an order to go into square as the cuirassiers bear down on them? They do. So that's the first one. We'll come back in a minute. Next up would be the Hanoverian Field Battalion. Can they hit their? They've got their back to the cavalry. I assume they'd hear. I don't know. should there be a negative modifier for them to pass their order? You know, you've got all these guns firing, and then you're getting attacked from behind, and would you notice 800 guys forming a square behind you? Maybe not all of them. So I'm going to give them a -2 to pass their thing. So it's normally an 8. They're going down to a 6 or a +2. So they got to get like a 6 on this crap or less. They got a 7. So they're going to fail to go into square. So they're going to be in line, getting attacked from behind by the cuirassiers. I debated which way to face these damn Hanoverians like multiple times. I was hoping they could have got more disordered on them, but they take it in the butt here for a minute. Oh, hang in there, guys. Let's see what they can do. Maybe they got some lucky rolls. All right, so how much heavy cavalry bonus do they get? Just 1. So that's good. That's not bad. All right, so these guys, Hanoverians are going to attack with 6. -1 to hit from being attacked from the butt. So 5s and 6s. Not bad. 3 hits. Real good. Vicious Legion got some jealousy on that one. And then here comes the 8 from the cuirassiers, needing 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. That's actually they're attacking infantry in line, so it's actually 2, 3, 4, 5, 6s. They hit with everything. Brutal. All right, so Hanoverians saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. I take 5 casualties. Cuirassiers saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. I take 1 more. They're going to be at 3. The Cuirassiers are going to be. The Cuirassiers are going to be at 3 casualties. The Hanoverians are going to be freaking brutalized. Yeah, they already had 2, so they're going to be. No, they have 1, so they're going to have 6. Do a Wellington. I got to figure this out. Hang on. Be a -4 break test. All right, let's see what happens. Oh. I think it's actually a -3 break test. Oh, that's terrible. They implode. So the cavalry is going to keep rolling. They're going to be dirtying up their shorts here in a minute. These artillery are getting hit from the back. Ugh, brutal. No reaction time because it's a followed-on attack. And they can do 1 more attack after this without their charge benefit, so they could wipe out this entire brigade here. I guess getting attacked in the back means you get half the number of attacks you're supposed to have, so actually the Hanoverians got a little advantage last time, but that's alright. So the 2 artillery pieces will just attack with 1 attack. Let's see what they can do. Okay, 4. They actually hit. And then the cavalry tries to save against that. They don't, so they'll actually be shook. Now here comes the heavy cavalry juice. 6, 7, 8. Oh, how many? Let's see if their modifier is like they even need it. It'll be a +2, and they're hitting on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. No, 2, 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Sorry, but they still missed 2. Cavalry trying to save, the artillery trying to save on all that crap. Oh, Yahtzee on the 1s. Oh, they got destroyed. I'm not even going to figure that out. So they got blown to pieces. Okay, they'll continue on. They'll need 4, 5s, and 6s on the last attack. So the brigade that's done shit all game finally did something right. That's Marshall's command. Flew across. Went in under the radar, attacked. The Black Watch, yep. I was like, what? And then the other Vicious Legion battalion went into the buffs. They're going to be supported by the Swiss Guards and their line battalion that's attached to them. And then all by themselves, all by myself, are the cuirassiers across the river checking out the battle. I'm sure one of the guard battalions is going to turn to the left and unload on them. And they are 3 casualties and they're shook, so they might be just having their horses drink water the rest of the game. French cavalry might be neutered. Maybe, we'll see. It's one thing about black powder, you never know what the hell's going to happen. Out of control. That is the end of Soult's movements. And let's see what happens. We'll do that hand to hand first. The 4th against the Black Watch. I am no black powder expert, but if you can't tell, cavalry, I mean, yeah, they can knock the crap, they can blow people off the map, and they can kill, they have a lot of attacks, and they can move across the board super quick, but putting units into square so artillery and other units can attack them is huge. So as you'll see in this is probably a perfect example of that. The Black Watch usually has, a British line unit usually has 6 attacks. They're down to 2. They still have tough fighter, but they're going to have 2 against 6. So here comes the advantage, and squares can't be supported. So this could be pretty much a brutal outcome here. This is also their last. If they lose this and get evaporated, the whole brigade will shatter too. That could be the end of Wellington's command. He'll be down to just 1, and so the guard would leave the table. So this could be, basically, this could be the coup de grace, the end of the match. We'll see what happens here. So go with the Highland unit first. What are you doing there? Fuck you! Let's see what they can do. Hope they roll 2 6s. They'll hit 1 time. Oh, tough fighter. Come on, give me something good. Oh, you suck. They got 1 hit. And then the French come in with 6 attacks. And they missed once. Oh. 5 hits. Black Watch. Saving on 4 5s and 6s. At least they saved their... sorry. Black Watch hit once. That was the French saving the 1 Black Watch thing on 3 4 5s and 6s. So that sucks for them. Here comes their 1 attack was just had 0 impact. They killed like a guy that nobody liked anyway. And here comes the saving the Black Watch on 4 5s and 6s. Ooh, not too shabby. All right, so they're gonna take 1 casualty. That's phenomenal. Way to go, Highland Battalion. And they're going to lose, but it's going to be a +2 break test. So go ahead and knock that out real quick. So, yeah, +2. It's going to get to 8, so they're going to stay and fight. So that's actually awesome. Cool. So the buffs are going to go for epic history here. Can they beat back another Vistula battalion from the Vistula Legion after they just going out of 1 fight right in the next? They're going to attack with 6 dice. 4 5s and 6s. 4 hits. Nice job. Vistula Legion coming in with 3 4 5s and 6s. Coming in fresh. They didn't have to use their tough fighter rule. They hit everything. Yahtzee. Alright. Can the buffs 4 5s and 6s save all this crap? I might be getting a little bit tired. Oh, sorry, 1 dice. They made 2 saves. They take 4 casualties. That could be brutal. Let's see what the Frenchies can save. 3 4 5s and 6s. They save everything. That wasn't Frenchies, that was Polish. I apologize to all my Polish audience. Probably one guy who's probably hammered right now. Good job for you, buddy. So 4 casualties. The buffs have really only 1 support, and the Vistula Legion has 2. They're going to lose. Let me figure out what the math is. -4 break test. Here we go. This is big. Can the bus pull it together? Oh, they're going to the retirement home. The bus shatter. God bless them. The unit supporting them. They got a regular morale test. Oh, they retreat friggin' a foot. Oh. Soult was debating on pushing the advantage, but he's going to go ahead and hold his ground. Oh. It's getting a little thinner. These guys are disordered and they've fallen back. All that's left of this battalion now is the 95th that are pretty broken up, and this battalion back here. This is I can't miss this 3rd Brigade here, right here in the middle. They're decent. It's brutal. Whew. And that brings Soult's turn to an end. Up next will be Picton. We're gonna try to figure out which units are his and how what he can do next. You know he's drinking hard. Picton is going to unload with his boys from 3rd Battalion. They both have their first fire, and they're just going to try to crush 2 battalions here. See what they can do. Probably pick 2 of the most picked on ones, just blast away. Go for maximum casualties. The 35th is going to unload onto the far right French battalion that has 3 casualties and already shook. 4, 5s, and 6s. Are you kidding me? That sucks ass. 1 hit, but they are disordered. Did they save it? They save it. What a joke. And the 28th is going to unload into the 55th. They're on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. And that French unit has got 3 casualties and they're disordered already. So bang, keep that disordered, you bastards. And 3 hits, can they save? Oh shit, they took 2. They're gonna have a -2 break test. They clear it. Oh, Bose is also gonna try to rally a casualty off the 59th. They've got they're shook right now with 3. Oh good, they had an 8, so they good. They lose a they're down to 2, so they'll lose their shook thing. See if the middle guard can use their elite rule to shake off their disordered. So they're elite 4+, so they clear their disordered. Yay, they got 1 casualty. This battalion is going to go straight ahead into these guys and take their use an initiative move and take their boys with them. Middle guard against the 28th. 28th gets their fire and they'll countercharge. Hit twice. No disorder. That was what we're looking for. Alright, old middle guard saving on like everything. Yeah, anything but. They saved that. Alright. Middle guard gets 7 attacks. And then 6 for the 28th. Alright, here comes the middle guard. Hitting on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, they screwed the pooch. 3 1s. 4 hits. Alright, 28th. Bringing it, baby. They were the same thing they did. Alright, 4 hits. With the middle guard saves on anything but. They save everything. Hit these bastards with artillery. One way to kill them. Lots of lucky shots. Get them in the square. And here comes the 28th. Saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. They take 1 casualty. That's not too bad. Let's see what happens here. 28th will lose the fight because of supports and that 1 casualty. And oh, so it's a +2. It's a +2 break test. Not too bad. Oh god, yeah. they'll be here for the next round. Good job. Alright, so that's basically all Napoleon wanted to do. That's not a hand-to-hand. So we will go into turn 9. And it'll be Wellington's turn. He's got to reconsolidate over there. He's in trouble. Alright. It's make or break time. The guards went in hand to hand against the French. And the Scottish came out fighting like they weren't sitting back like, taking it like a bitch. They went hand to hand. They split off one of their supports. And these guys came out of square and went hand to hand with that unit that was already in hand to hand with them. So lots of hand to hand action. That's what I'm talking about. That's some real shit right there. This unit the guards is going up against is in trouble. They could just wear them out here, hopefully. I'll probably do that one first. Alright, guards going in with 7 hand-to-hand attacks. They're charging. Freezing up. Missed one. 6 hits. French attacking back with 6. They would be freezing up, but they're disordered, so they're hitting back with 4 5s and 6s. Ooh, good rolling. Oh, but they have 2 drops. Alright, guards saving on 3 4 5s and 6. Guards save everything but 1. French save on 3 4 5s and 6s. They take 1 casualty too. Equal supports. Looks like a draw, but the French have... They already had excessive casualties. So it's a -2 morale save. Or 2, oh, actually 0, because Napoleon's still attached to this brigade. It's a 0 break test. 6, they're going to retreat disordered. Still disordered. But the guards push on. The guards push on. They're going to slam into the next unit that's disordered as well. They only have 2 casualties. 7 hand-to-hand attacks. 3 4 5s and 6s. Missed 1. 6 attacks. 6 hits. These guys are not charging, so there's 4 5 6. They're disordered, so it's just 5s and 6s. Both teams have 1 support. They hit twice. Guards saving on 3 4 5s and 6. Guards laugh at that shit. French have to save on 3 4 5s and 6s. Oh, they save everything too. Another draw. They're not disordered. No casualties. Nobody's. They'll fight on. The next turn is a draw. The guards mashing forward. That battalion they beat got blown all the way the hell back there. Wasn't a lot of places to stop in the middle. Go ahead and do the 92nd against the 27th. They'll have 1 support. 92nd won't have anything. 92nd going in with 3 4 5s and 6s with Tough Fighter, doing it the Scottish way. Oh god, good thing we have a Tough Fighter. 4 1s? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my god. That is terrible. And then a 2. Ah! Oh, they tripped on their kilts. That's terrible. I cannot believe I let the Scottish down. That's not fair. Sorry guys. I let the whole country down that dice roll. Those were not loaded dice. That's just shit rolling by yours truly. French attacking back. 6 attacks, needing 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, they can't. Well, could have done better. You have 4 hits. Alright, Scottish saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. 2 hits. Let's see what the French can do. Save it on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Well, one's a 1 and one's cracked. Oh, they pull it out of their ass. The Scottish rule. That's my boys. So 2 and 2. Unfortunately, the support is going to be the tiebreaker. That's pathetic, but those be the rules, my friends. Alright, we'll do a break test here in a minute. They do have Wellington, so he's still hanging with the Scottish. He loves them. So it's going to be a break-even morale test. I mean break-even, so no modifiers. Would have been... Would it be? That would be a +2 morale check. Come on now, you can do that. You can do better math than that, Steve. Not 11. They're sticking around. That's my boys. All right, we have one more Highland games to go. This will be the Black Watch against the 4th. Now the 4th won the last hand-to-hand, so we've got a +1. So 6 attacks from the Scottish, 4, 5s, and 6s. Please don't roll like the 92nd. Oh shit, they came strong. That's what I like to see. 5 hits and like natural. And then don't roll a 1 or 2, please. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I should have said please roll a 1 or 2. 5 hits isn't bad. Done worse. French. 6 attacks. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh, they punted. Alright. Black Watch saving on 4, 5s, and 6s. 2 casualties. I think they're going to be shook. Let's see if the French can roll all 1s. Come on, Frenchies. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Attack column. Paying off. Well, they punted too. 2 casualties too. They both took 2. But once again, the French have 1 support and the Black Watch doesn't have anything. Let's see what happens on casualties. Be right back. So the Black Watch would have to roll would be -2 morale check, wouldn't it be? No, it'd be a -2. 1 for shook and 1 for their extra casualty. But with Wellington there, it goes back to a break even. Here we go. 7. Yes, I think 7 means, yeah, 7 means they stay. They keep fighting. Yes, I'll take it any day of the week. And I think that's the end of Wellington. We go into Soult. Oh, this could be bad. All right. See what happens. So Soult's going to do some simple stuff. He's going to use the initiative move to attack the rear of the Black Watch with his Chasseurs à Cheval. He's going to try a follow me order to attack the back of the 92nd with the cuirassiers. And then he's going to attack with the Vistula Legion into the 35th. And that might be ball game. I mean, it's ugly, but that could be it. If the cavalry might have just won it for Napoleon. We'll see what happens. If he breaks anything over there, Wellington's division, of course, will shatter, and then Picton will have to put his wine bottle down and do an organized retreat. It's probably getting late too. We're into turn 9. The return's like an hour. Yeah, they've been going at it for like 9 hours. It's a long time. We'll do the follow me order. He makes it. Oh, it's ugly. Alright, here we go. 92nd fighting the cuirassiers in a French line division. Line, yeah. 4, 5s, and 6s for the 92nd. Gonna take their tough fighter. Boom. 4. And basically 14 attacks coming in from the between the horses hitting him in the back. The other hit him in the front. So a disaster. All right, so you have to save on 4, 5s, and 6s. 1, 2, 3, 5 casualties. 3 on the French infantry. You have to save on 3 hits. Oh, they take 2. Not bad. Cuirassiers saving on 4, 5s, and 6. They take 1. Since the Highlanders took 6 casualties, they're going to lose. And this is going to be like a break test from HELL. Yeah. It's like a -5 break test. And there's no point even adding insult to injury. They would break. The Scottish, the other Highland unit would probably get ridden down by the Chasseurs of Chevelle and the unit they were fighting. And then the Guard would be obliged to withdraw because Wellington's division broke. And then half the army gone. Picton would retreat back to the seminary. Have to retreat and do it again next year. They'll be back door. I think Talavera is the next battle. But wow, seesaw. That's seesaw and just a lot of fun. The big thing is I don't know if it was a good idea when I brought the Highland units and the Hanoverian unit across the. I thought I had. I think I could crush the whole flank and take it. I was really hoping I could get more. I really thought the cavalry was done. I didn't think it had much left in that follow me order when they just obliterated everything and went through to the cannons. It really didn't occur to me till later. It always almost felt like a mopping up action. I think I actually made it easier on the French. But I mean, the French deserved. They friggin' fought like beasts. They got beat back several times. I can't wait to go back and watch this. And definitely trying to attack a fortified position with similar sized forces was is a monumental task. But I was very pleased with the way everything worked out. It was fun as hell. Artillery was amazing. I thought cavalry was going to be shit after. I guess I should have waited and mopped up that cavalry before I did anything. I think, yeah, I should have held the Highlanders back and then just fired volleys of artillery into the cavalry and wiped them out. Been a bit more patient and held out for turn 11 or 12 to mop up the game. But great battle. I think Talavera is next. I might do the local battle here, the American Civil War battle of Perivale that happened right down the street from us, and just have the stand-ins for the English and the French to either be the Union or the Confederate Army, just for fun. I'll try to see if I can recreate the topography of it all. I'll have to take a look at some more maps. I think there were about 23 battalions on each side, so well, that was used. The Union Army was huge, but their commander, I think it was Buell, must have had brain damage or something. I guess he didn't realize the whole half his army was, or a quarter of his army was under attack and in a battle till it was almost over. Then he had to retreat. But we might do that. I'm definitely going to, now that I've finished up these last 3 British line battalions, not last, but the last ones I was working on, I've got some skirmishers to do, so I do want to take a shot at playing General d'Armée. And then after I get some skirmisher bases done and play a game of that, I've got cavalry to do. I've got a battalion of French Lancers, not a squadron of French Lancers. I got a squadron of British Guard Cavalry, and then a squadron of King's German Legion Light Dragoons. And that'll basically give both sides 4 squadrons of cavalry. So I definitely want to see how Lancers can impact, and then the British heavy cavalry. I mean, the heavy dragoons are pretty awesome already, but I think the big boys are going to be like seriously are going to wear some people out. So I'm looking forward to that. I really enjoy how well the cuirassiers played in this battle. And freaking Highland units are amazing. I love the Scottish. They did awesome. Wish they could have held out. They were just, I put them in a shit position, and that just sucked. But they didn't go down like a bitch. I was like, they are not going to, I could have probably, maybe, no, I didn't have a choice because that one unit was already engaged in hand-to-hand. I was trying to look at a way that I could extricate them, but with the cavalry sitting on the other side of the bridge and the French in between them and the rest of the British lines, they were kind of screwed. So I think the second I crossed the bridge, I sentenced them to death, even though I thought I was closing in on just totally collapsing the front, in the flank on the French. I thought we had them. Oh well, we'll get them next time. Hope you enjoyed it. Great game. And get up and edit this bad boy, and we'll see you next time. It's either going to be a recreation of an ACW battle, or we're going to be at Talavera, which freaking stoked. I mean, before I even got into this research, that was one battle I was acutely aware of, so we'll do it. And y'all have safe and enjoy the hobby, man. Keep on painting. Keep on doing battle reports. I love listening to you guys blow the hell out of some models. That's great. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye.